and everything. I'm going to turn desktop audio down a little lower and my own mic up a little higher, because apparently one thing that I found checking through old VODs and stuff is that I come off really quiet compared to everybody else. So in order to...
Sometimes when you migrate around the microphone, you do get kind of quiet.
Okay. All right, I've got my thingy-ma-what set up here, and let's see. I want to... Oh, yeah. We're not going to be able to see that if... I think I can have OBS not on screen, but it doesn't... I don't know.
Hopefully.
Okay, so let me go ahead now and grab my link, my Twitch thing, Diesel Shot. So let's see if we are live. Hey everybody, it's Amateur Hour again, as Pat once more takes the fucking helm. We're getting geared up, getting ready to go. So obviously there's no viewers right now, but I am in the theatre, waiting for spooky shit to happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and chill. I suggest we all do that. Max, if I could ask you to alert Lee that we're live, I think that might expedite the
I
showing.
will indeed alert Lee that we are live.
Join us tonight on #DieselShot for a thrilling sci-fi genre. Featuring at CryptoSpirit. Enter, link, and images. I don't know if you're gonna check the images, I don't know if you're gonna check the face or the Twitter notification goop, but if you do, try to avoid looking at the images because they may have spoilers.
I will never go to Twitter again.
Aw, baby, you don't have to do that on my account.
No, I'd never go to Twitter again. For your own help.
Sorry, Twitter Jack or whatever his name is. I've deleted. I'm gone forever. Silenced finally.
But remember the CEO of Twitter?
I thought his name was Jack something.
Yeah, I think it's like Jack Dorsey. That was a bit of a deep cut. I'm impressed.
Twitter Jack. Let's look it up. Twitter Jack.
Okay. And
His name is @Jack. His
Well, that's a good
username is #Bitcoin. I don't think that's actually the Jack who owns Twitter.
Yeah,
You're
that seems
right, Jack
unlikely.
Dorsey. Holy cow. Way to go.
I feel like I've seen congressional testimony of people being like, "Why are you so bad at moderating?" And he's like, "Oh no."
Little bird tweets in my ear, and that's about as far as I can get.
And I think that's good on that front. So let me start working from my phone now to get this. Where did I just send that to? Did I send that to... Oh my god, where did it send? Literally, where? Oh, okay. Sent it right there. Cool. Sorry that everybody has to see the setup stuff. My apologies.
Let's have a Goop and I. Let's do the chat. Let's have some amiable conversation to fill the air.
Yes. So, tell me about your character. What is your what's your class? What's your job? What's your
I am a teamster. My name is Yasuko Lindberg. And I know how to mine asteroids.
Very cool. I'm playing a Steel Way, also a teamster. Going to be. I'm
Puzzle
good.
free with the teamsters. It's good.
You know what? We're here to fix shit, and I hope we're not shit at fixing.
I'm good at jury rigging.
Yeah.
Yeah, my character's much better at driving and athletics and.
I don't know how to drive. I'm a good
I'm
pilot.
gonna use the bathroom real quick, and then I'm good to go.
Awesome possum. Yeah, I'm good with scavenging and driving, and good that you're good at other stuff.
It's
what's
looking
your,
at my character, because my skills are 0G, mechanical repair, piloting, jury rigging, and asteroid mining. Makes me think I was like the pilot and solo crew of like an asteroid mining ship.
Yeah, and I'm 0G, mechanical repair, heavy machinery, scavenging, athletics, rimwise, and driving. So I think I would be sort of a bit of a trash picker for larger, more urban.
Wait, don't talk down yourself like that. I'm sure you're a perfectly good picker.
Well, nothing can be said about the
Get
quality
the
of
creative
the
juices flowing with a little bit of creativity
Yeah, but
juice. It's mostly
highly of the
vodka.
quality of the picking.
Picking good, things to pick, could be better.
I pick up like floating space rocks, so
Well, your floating space rocks don't have human things that humans don't want on them. What's your what's your patch?
sometimes I run across
that
a
is
ship
exactly
that's
as strong
not
as it
well
needs to be.
guarded, and suddenly they don't want it anymore once they don't have atmosphere in their ship.
That's a good point. That's a good point. When it falls out of orbit, it's my job.
All right.
Yeah, it's just real shame when the space rocks happen to be shaped like valuable reactor components.
Too true. Too true. What's your patch?
I got a Soviet hammer and sickle.
Ooh.
Yeah, I hope you don't mind repeating some of this so that I can actually hear now.
No, false. You don't get to know anything, Pat.
We're both teamsters. Could you remind me your character's name? Really quick, so I can
Max.
write
My
it down?
name is.
Do you know if there's a piece of art that you would find useful to represent your character? I know. Goop's
I'm
got
sure I could pull one up. I'll go in the folder with all the art you've done and just pull one up real quick.
Thank you.
Not one that jumps off to me at the top of my head, but I can think of a dozen that are fine.
Yeah, perfect.
What's your character name again, so I can write it down?
I am Yasuko Lindberg.
Yasuko?
Yasuko and then Lindberg like a baby.
Marvelous. Okay. So I think I've got myself situated finally. I know it always takes a minute. Tonight we'll be playing I can't even speak. This is bad. Tonight we're going to be playing Idolization. Another custom Mothership scenario. The screen you're seeing right now is Goop's character, which she amazingly... Goop, did you draw this like right before we started? Did this take you like 30 minutes? That's insane.
Kind of. I had the sketch already done, but I only spent like 10 minutes on it yesterday, and I spent about another 10 minutes cleaning it up. So yeah, about 20 minutes total.
It's fucking beautiful. God, you're so talented,
you.
and this is some of your best work. I love the eyes
Oh, that's
too.
really cute.
I know, right? Wow.
I just tapped back into it, man. That's good. What's the best way for me to send it to you, Pat?
Facebook.
Facebook.
In the
Alright,
in the Mad
that's
Bands.
easy.
I have that open already.
All right.
Watch me accidentally close something while I'm trying to.
Chose one more or less at random. There you go.
Oh, good choice. Got our manly man.
Nice looking one.
I like the
Yeah.
I like the collar though.
There's somebody named Suko, it looks right.
Yeah, I made that one
You don't
for.
see the hammer and sickle patch, unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunate. fairness, we don't see her patch either. Goops, that is.
Good point. What is your patch, by the way, my dear friend?
Yes. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself once more, dearest Goop.
Yes, I am playing as Estelle Way. I am a teamster, and I've spent most of my life going through rubble and debris looking for expensive components, or at least salvageable copper wiring and other such things I can load onto the back of a redesigned forklift. But now I've gotten into proper jobs.
You were just Ray for episode 5. You were just Ray in episode 5. Poking around, pulling the scrap out, and then like, half portion.
yes, I am exactly that. I'm good at driving, rim-wise, scavenging, and athletics. So I spend a lot of time, running away from other people who want my shit and stealing shit. Not really stealing; it's nobody's when I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So, sort of like looting, somewhere on there. My
scavenging, aggressive scavenging.
Yeah, it's literally a skill I have, scavenging.
I'll try scavenging. That's a neat trick.
Single word nomad, and my trinket is an eerie mask. I found it in one of my scavenging runs. Don't know what it is. Don't know where it's from. Haven't put it on. Don't intend to.
Wicked. All right. So I'm currently trying to upload. Never mind. Don't need to do that.
Hey, it's me, Yasuko Lindbergh, coming to you loud and proud. Been an asteroid miner most of my life, mining asteroids out in various places where asteroids is. Pretty good at that sort of thing. I got a Soviet hammer and sickle patch. It's ironic, or is it? Depends on who I'm hanging out with and what they think.
Well, I mean, the Soviet Union's still around. This is the future.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Whack. Oh, yeah, of course.
Is this the Soviet Union 2, or Soviet Union never fell? Or,
ambiguous.
There was a secret. Okay. The Soviet Union in our hearts the whole time.
I got a miniature chess set made of bone with some pieces missing. What kind of bone? I have been advised by my legal counsel not to say.
Marvelous. There we are. Finally, this picture finally this picture shows off.
So if anyone needs an asteroid mined, I'm your man.
All right.
Unfortunately, I suspect that's not going to be the premise of this session.
So, Pat, what is the premise of this session?
Well, thank you
what
for...
what are we doing here?
Yeah, thank you for giving me the air. All right, so... you are all employed by the Consortium of Core Colonies, also known as the C3. Some people also call it COC, for reasons nobody quite clearly understands.
Nice.
And you have been working at a location called simply Station for the last couple of months at least. And Station is a mobile space station that moves around new systems that are being explored. And right now it is orbiting one of the planets out kind of in the boonies, a 3-starred system known as Cerberus.
Ooh, that's a good name.
Yes, and right now you're in orbit of probably Cerberus 6, but you've been dispatched to investigate an exploration team out at Cerberus 9. Cerberus 9 is a very viable candidate for human life. It's got all the right shit. The only issue with Cerberus 9 is there's signs of previous sentient species living here. So, that's always troublesome and problematic for the consortium. So, they've dispatched a team of scientists, predominantly xenolinguists, xenoarchaeologists, but they've got a couple biologists on hand, geologists, odd jobber, etc., etc. The standard routine accompaniment for a science vessel of this sort. And they have stopped reporting their data after a ground trip that recently returned to the ship. This expedition was intended to bring back useful studying materials so that they could assess the degree of intelligence of the archaeological finds that they demonstrated. How technologically advanced did this species get? It's clearly not around anymore because there's nobody on this planet. So where did they come from? Et cetera, et cetera. All of this is to say that we don't know the results of any of those questions because they have stopped reporting. And that was about a couple days ago. So, being on top of shit, Station sent their finest. You two. Or, maybe they're the only people
Their
who
finest team
find.
of Teamsters to go sort this out. Should we send in a military detachment, maybe some more scientists? Nah, Teamsters.
One of these is cheaper to replace than the other.
Exactly.
Don't
And
worry, I understand xenotectonics. After all, what is a planet but a really large asteroid to mine?
that's a good
I don't suppose
point.
they took insurance out on us, Yasuko.
Well, I got that trauma team. I got Liberty Mutual. That emu knows fucking insurance.
All right. Well, where are we dropping, folks?
Yeah, I mean, I have no further questions. Throw me on this planet. Normally, I would ask stuff like, what do they think happened, or
Welcome
pass
back.
back.
So yes, do we have any intel going in, and are we landing on the planet itself, or going to be stopping at like an orbital station or anything?
You're muted, by the way.
Okay.
I hear.
Yes, you can hear me now. The issue is I can't be seen, so let me turn that on. Okay, cool. I should be able to be heard and seen now.
Ooh.
How's my mic sound or my audio? Am I coming in loud now?
Yes.
Yeah, you're kind of fine.
I'm proud.
Loud and proud, but am I deafening is the question. And I think I might be, so let me bring that down a little
I
bit.
wouldn't say
Sound
so.
normal.
Okay. So I think I've fixed things now. Alright, so back to your question. You are going to be docking with the Icarus 6. It is in orbit. For those of you who aren't aware, this is what the Consortium's logo looks like. But the Icarus 6 is a standard scientific vessel used throughout this sector. And I can move that map to the token layer, I think, and just let you see what the internals of this map you'll be spending probably the entire expedition, or the entire trip on, looks like.
Love that.
Yeah, I went all out and gave you guys even like a nicely keyed map. So you can feel free to zoom around
I like
that.
this map, by the way. I just like the whole look of it.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm watching a lot of Star Trek recently, and it has been inspirational to an extent.
The thruster design was definitely very reminiscent.
Yes, and the kind of
see it, I
head
can
saucer, but
see
it's
it
not
right
quite
now.
the same. You'll actually find... Oh, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I was just reading out loud. Go ahead.
Yeah, you'll actually find that gravity works as I am about to describe. The floor is gravity, and the central floor is specifically gravity. So actually, when you walk through the plus signs, by the way, on this map, are entryways to the next level. There's 2 of them exactly. one from the helm and one from the center common room. And when you walk through an entryway, you're immediately in a different gravitational. So basically, you're walking on one side, and then you swoop on down to the other side, and now you're walking on the upside down. Kind of like
Oh,
so.
that's wild. I'm a
Yeah.
fan.
It's because the ground is what's got the plating on it, so it's that central gravity that's the key.
Gotcha.
I'm picking up what you're laying down. This is good to know.
Yeah, so if you were to throw if you were to drop a pencil in between the two deck floors, if you did it lightly enough, gently enough, and from close enough to the source of the gravity, it would actually kind of, just gyrate around.
Hover in the middle.
Yep.
I'm a fan.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I'm a teamster, not a scientist, so I'm like, whatever.
But the Teamsters are the ones who repair this shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, man,
together.
now I'm gonna have to deal with diametric gravitational environments. That's twice the work.
Okay.
Somebody acting up, we put him in the spinny bin for a little bit.
Amazing. Yes.
I'm not gonna make my character have a bronze accent. A, I can't do one, and B, no thank you.
So you actually have just a bit more information than I have previously mentioned. You also, where the hell did I put this? You also have the manifest. Save image.
Okay.
I do like a manifest.
It is, of course, handwritten, probably from one of you two, because, the corporate can't afford to give out, information like that for frizzles, so you probably just wrote it down while you're taking notes. This is me explaining why it looks like a crude piece of paper, but Did you know that in the original if you've watched the original Star Trek, they actually had like fucking pieces of paper being faxed out to other decks? It's crazy.
Oh, we're getting orders from above. Me.
Horrible.
It says we're out of ink.
So, you know that there's a captain, Sarge Ramos. The first mate, Frederick Kleinschwanz. Kudos to you if you speak German and you know what that means. Chief Scientific Officer, Ivan Sokolov. I'm, of course, bastardizing the pronunciation intentionally. Xenoarchaeologist, Olga Karasawa. Xenolinguist, Alistair Ransom. Xenobiologist, Miria Renewal. Engineer, Leslie Fool. Medical officer, it says Ren, that's a typo, it should say Warren. Warren Almira. Pilot, Dak. No other information given. Geologist, Vana Singh. And the odd jobber, Tony Bai. Don't joke about his last name.
I mean, I'm never gonna make a joke about an odd jobber that's bi. That would be
yes.
No joke to make there.
I literally, when he just pops up, it's literally just going to be a screenshot of Max at whenever he shows up. It's literally just Max.
I can send you an appropriate picture if you want.
No, it's fine. We'll use theater of the mind because that's what this is about. So you have the deck, you have the manifest, you got all the nice, fun things that you might need. Let me make that bigger so that you can read it if you actually want to. I don't know if you do. Or...
is it possible to make that a handout as well?
Oh, you know what? I could actually just do that, and that would be simpler, probably. So add, handout, choose an image. It's going to be listed as mysterious note because I really don't have time to futz around with naming things. Alright, you should...
Of course.
And, alright, show to players. Show to everybody. Okay, you should be able to see that now.
Awesome.
Perfect. Yes, I can absolutely see that.
Do you want me to give you the map as well, or is it good that you have it kind of as it is?
The map's fine where it is, I think.
That's fine where it is. You might want to make it a little bit bigger for us to move our people around in. But,
alright, you know what? I'm gonna give you that as well. Okay. Look at us go. All right. So you have the map and you have the manifest. And now the only question is, what the fuck are they doing? So,
Well, I have a theory.
yes.
On the planet, there was a waterfall and a pool at the bottom, and they all dared each other to jump off the waterfall into the pool. And one of them missed, and now they're all scared that they'll be blamed for that accidental death of one of their crew members, so they're hiding in a cave.
I think the oxygen scrubber stopped working and everybody's having a carbon monoxide coma at the moment.
That's a good point. All these ships did have issues with the oxygen scrubber. That's a better theory than mine. I go for that theory. Should remind.
Maybe they could have had carbon monoxide poisoning and then thought it was a good idea to jump off of a waterfall.
I don't know. Last time I had carbon monoxide poisoning, the only good idea I had was to throw up.
This is your autopilot speaking. Currently docking with Icarus 6. Please enjoy your flight.
You know, it's fucking insulting they made us use an autopilot for this trip. I'm a perfectly qualified pilot.
Yeah, but you know, they're paying you to do nothing, and that's good money.
Yeah, but it's better money if I can get the pilot rate.
That's true. That's true.
Autopilot
Well-
insists that you please do not touch the controls of this vessel unless we are in a state of emergency. Autopilot,
Put me into a state of emergency.
Autopilot is
I-
watching and recording for
I know. I'm just
Corporate
I'm
analysis.
watching ya. Don't take away my bonus.
this has been noted.
I said I wasn't going to do a shitty New York accent, yet here I am.
With a hiss, you feel a clunking as your atmosphere, as your gravity begins to calibrate to the new gravity that your ship is in position to engage with. And autopilot comes on once more and says, "Docking complete. You may open the door at your discretion." Breathable atmosphere
Do we have any
within.
readout on the atmosphere of the ship? Is it all good to breathe?
Atmosphere breathable. No xenoviruses nor terrestrial viruses detected.
All right. This is going to be a suits off job. I'm a fan.
You say that, and then you go and not trust the autopilot? I'm gonna put
Hey,
something
you
on.
know, I'll trust an autopilot to give me oxygen readouts. You see on my resume here, does it say oxygen readout specialist? No.
Alright, so not actually as important a question as you might think. Are you all suiting up?
I am
No.
suiting up.
Okay.
I'm not sitting up. I trust the man. I look at the camera and I'm like, see, I trust the system. Unlike this rubber.
Your
I've gone
trust.
through too many broken ships to know that everything works perfectly.
Your trust is appreciated and noted for future corporate observation. The door opens, and with a hiss, your atmosphere joins theirs, and you find that it is exactly the same as the air you were breathing before. At least that's what your suits are telling you. And there doesn't seem to be any indication otherwise. The lights are on. This seems to be a fully functional ship.
Hey, want to see if there's anything in the vending machine?
Sure. Do you still remember the code to just pop it open like last time?
Oh yeah, the code, and I like whip out like a screwdriver.
Alright, I think this
Hey,
may...
there was a special code that I didn't know. I honestly thought you had something special in your head. Turns out you're just breaking shit.
Well, you know, sometimes it's 1, 2, 3, 4. They don't bother to reprogram it, but rest of the time, there's a little switch in the back.
All right. Well, let's go poke around.
Yeah, so if you want to use the vending machine in the front desk, this may be the first roll of the evening, I believe.
I mean, I want to look at the vending machine. Like, is it full?
The vending machine has food in it. And
It's crazy.
it does request 1 credit for transactional fees in order to obtain, such nourishment as peanut butter chocolate blammo and crunchy surprise.
You know, I'm good. I'm not hungry anymore.
So,
Well, I'm gonna pop a credit in there, and I'm gonna grab a peanut butter chocolate blammo. So I'll mark that on my character sheet.
you are entitled to 1 peanut butter chocolate blammo. It slides down the front, propelled, of course, by internal mechanisms rather than relying on gravity as conventional vending machines might, just in case gravity goes off. And saying gravity.
We gotta make sure the vending machines still work. Critical infrastructure.
And it shoots out like a bullet from a gun and plops down into that central containment unit. And all you have to do is press the button to open it, and it shoots right out to you. It is propelled at you quite significantly, though. So you know, if you need to, if you feel very vulnerable, you might want to actually like step away as it shoots out.
Well, we do have gravity, so it's just gonna fall on the floor, right? I'll just,
Of course.
take a step back.
It flops onto the floor. And yeah. Otherwise, though, you find that you are without welcoming party, which is actually kind of strange, considering normally there's somebody waiting at a dock when autopiloted vessels arrive, because one of the bennies of autopilot is that it announces itself to the ship that it is boarding with. Usually they send somebody out to greet you. Nobody's here.
Well, I suppose we should hit up the helm. I feel like that would be the
Yet another point for the carbon monoxide poisoning ticker. Okay, you head for the helm. I'll trail behind and see if there's anything weird going on in the walls.
Okay. Interesting. So,
let's split up. Search for clues.
Brilliant. I love this group so much already. So our friendo here is going to go to the common room, and you're going to kind of trail behind. So you move from the... let me give you a little pinger. What's your favorite color group? Purple? Pink?
I like purple, yes.
Purple. Yeah, I thought so. What's yours, Mac?
Mine's probably, I like yellow, green.
I love yellow. Thank you, Max. Alright, so you kind of walk through the boarding and cargo room, and it does not seem like there's anything particularly missing here, but when you enter the engine room, you begin to see signs of recent tampering with the engines. Doesn't seem to have affected their functionality. It just seems like somebody in engineering was having a fun time when they last repaired the unit.
Interesting. All right. Well,
You see a lot of black wiring. Seems to be rather strange. Most of the wires that you typically deal with are color coded for your convenience, but strangely enough, the wiring here seems to be entirely black. And it forms whimsical patterns too. It's kind of strange.
well, putting another checkbox next to my carbon monoxide theory. Maybe if somebody went off the deep end and got themselves stranded out here. All right.
So the common room is, interestingly enough, unoccupied right now. Those of you who have been on vessels like this usually know that there's at least 1 or 2 people straggling around in the common room, eating or doing research where nobody will bother them, etc., etc. There's a couple empty tables. You could try the other side. There's no porthole. Sorry, there's a porthole, but there's no door blocking entry to the other side.
Well, I'm planning on heading for the helm.
Fair enough. Heading straight to the helm.
Figure that's where the good shit is.
Yeah. So as you move into the helm, you find exactly 1 person manning their station, and it is none other than quote unquote Dak, You recognize their face from the manifest, the notes that you originally took. And Dak is just grinning there. They're standing at their post with their hands on the control panel, and they're just kind of looking out into space, grinning.
I'm gonna be like, hey. Get no reaction. All right.
Their eyes widen.
Back out the room.
Their eyes widen as if they're looking at something really interesting.
Great. I'm gonna back out.
They kind of tilt their head actually and look at you almost a little bit before going back out into space.
You know, still backing out. I'm good. Backing out. Trying to find my good friend. You know, I'll run into them. I'm gonna be like, you gotta see this shit. I also get my crowbar out for no reason.
Good friend, you've just been joined by an upcoming Yasuko? Was it?
Yeah, Yasuko.
Yasuko. Okay, I'll figure that out. Goop, are you speaking?
It's probably pronounced differently. I'm probably overpronouncing it.
Goop, are you speaking?
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you were narrating.
Okay, no, you're fine. You've been joined by Yasuko.
Yes. So,
like, you gotta check this shit out. I found one of the crew, but I'm not sure they're all there, if you catch my meaning.
Are they showing signs of delirium?
You know, how about you just look yourself? And I kind of like, you know, shoo you through the door to the helm.
Why do you have your crowbar out?
Don't worry about it. Well, I know, if you have a crowbar, you might want to take it out.
Okay,
That's
I get
all
my
I'm saying.
crowbar out too, and I prepare myself for excited delirium as I step through the door and into the piloting area.
By the way,
I follow behind.
at risk of being a little sus, I'm gonna use this kind of generic, this Shift Z generic astronaut for characters. It is definitely not intended to be you know, that exact character, but you know, at risk of seeming a little cliche.
A good everyman.
Exactly. Thank you. So you pop on in, and yeah, you are greeted with a strange sight. Not that this guy's not wearing his mask or anything. They're just standing at the helm, manning the piloting station, and it seems to be Dak, judging by the appearance that you saw in the manifest. But Dak doesn't quite look like Dak did in the manifest. In the manifest, Dak had a kind of grim expression, honestly. You know, unshaven, except perhaps once a month, definitely more than After Shadow. Bags under their eyes, you know, kind of grimace. But Dak right now actually looks really happy, and they're just super thrilled to be looking out into space. And when you approach, they look over at you, and then they look back into space.
I'm like, yeah, you see this shit? I don't like this shit. This isn't mechanical, probably. I'll admit, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what isn't mechanical, but this probably isn't.
Well, from what I remember in the manual, it doesn't seem like excited delirium to me, but they definitely don't seem well. I think we can just keep looking around as long as we don't break anything. Our buddy here probably shouldn't notice or give much of a damn about what we're doing out here. Can you override the entry panels to lock it from this side?
You know, can I?
What sort of abilities do you have?
I am a genius and a scholar. I'm good at 0G, mechanical repair, piloting, jury rigging, and asteroid mining.
That's like jury rigging or...
That's definitely either
So
jury
if you
rigging
think
or
about
mechanical
the
repair.
panel as if it were an asteroid, and one would mine it.
Oh my god, you're doing a repeat
Mine
of your
itself.
fucking bridge building character, aren't you? You stupid fucking slut. about goddamn bridges! I don't want to hear anything about goddamn bridges, bitch!
I once played a character who was a bridge architect, and kind of garbage at everything but bridge architecture, which, unsurprisingly, didn't come up much during the campaign. Every single role I had to do, I was like, okay, what if we thought of the enemy as a bridge? And
That's
me
a bridge
shooting
too
them
far,
was
honestly.
architecting it.
Just a bridge too far.
Alright, so yeah, I mean, I'll try to seal the doors.
Okay.
How does rolls work in this system again? Are you like D100?
Yeah, D100, and it is also handily done by the Warden.os. I will say you have advantage on this, so roll twice and take the better, because you are, this is kind of your job. You repair shit, and you make it function the way you want to. Closing doors should be a piece of cake, back of your hand type shit. So.
Alright, well, I definitely passed, because I rolled a 14 and an 18, and my jury rating is a 15%. I don't know what skill it applies to, but whatever skill it applies to, I pass.
Amazing. So I would say this is probably an intelligence check. So you key off of your intelligence.
I'm a dumbass, but it still passed.
Okay, yeah. So basically a roll like this in the future would be intelligence, that score, plus your skill ability modifier, or percentile modifier. And you want to roll under that.
Yes, I figured it was a roll under system.
Yeah, it's a roll under system, you know. You've played games like this before. You've also played this game before, with this person before, but, like, you know, I won't hold it against you.
I mean, I definitely played this game before, but it was a while ago, and I want to point out my intelligence is 22. My intellect, as it's called, is 22. So, both in and out of character, I'm not very smart.
Sadly, charisma is not measured. Otherwise, you both would have probably around 40, maybe 50. Not going to say who gets what.
You know, we'll fight about that after this stream.
Oh, please. Fight amongst yourself when you watch. Okay. So, are you both leaving the helm, having seen what you've seen?
Yeah, I'm taking a step back and waiting for my buddy to break it.
Okay.
Yeah, I break it. But in a very particular way. It's like when Luke shoots the panel on the Death Star. He's like, chew! I think that's what the door controls.
Yeah, I mean, presumably you actually do it properly with, like, your wrench and your other electronic tools, but, you know.
I mean, yeah, I got a laser cutter, I got a lockpick set.
Beautiful. Yeah, a lockpick set. Excellent.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Look at that shit.
So you've seen the helm, you've seen who's in the helm, and you've seen what's going on with the person in the helm. So, where to next? You have the full access to the Icarus 6.
Well, first things first, do we have any... I got short-range comms. Do we have any way to send any messages back to the Cerberus?
I mean, we could probably use the comms on our ship we came in
back
on.
to station? Back to
Yeah, you would have to relay that from the shuttle that you arrived on, and honestly, it usually takes a couple hours for station to get any of these messages, and even longer for them to respond, like a couple hours after they get it, you know, and then it takes a couple hours to get back to you, so it's really like, there's no faster than light travel.
My eternal nemesis. It makes it really hard to cyber with people.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's no faster than light speed travel of information. You can get here by jumping, by doing warp jumps, which transport you through a location that scientists would rather you not mention, and back here. So you know, they don't tend to do that with communications.
All right. So, what do you want to check first?
I'm tempted to go for, like, the labs.
All right. Well, I'll follow behind.
Clearly, some shit's going on here, and assuming it didn't hit everyone at the same time at once, maybe they tried to do some research on it.
All right. So you both hop on through that central porthole, and find yourselves in gravity that is quite reversed from the gravity you were experiencing earlier. And you may walk about the cabinet as you see fit. Actually, let me give you folks control over this token that I've given
I
you.
like token. I like controls.
Well, actually, I give something for us to check because it's right here.
I bet
got the
you like
captain's
controls
quarters.
and
I'm not a
having
huge
them
fan of
removed.
having controls, to be honest.
I was
Oh,
getting
no,
to
no,
that,
no,
Max.
no.
You were talking over me as I was being sultry
Okay, go
and
ahead.
sexy.
Sorry. Pretend I didn't say that. Go ahead.
Something about removing your control and agency. I'm not gonna give you the whole spiel. You ruined it.
I'll be quiet.
Good girl. Be quiet for me. All right. Only speak when spoken to.
It's gonna make for a really weird two-player role-playing game.
No, I'm just kidding.
You do that. I'm gonna hit room number 5, the exploration vessel dock. So
Ooh.
there's probably something in either of these rooms.
Interesting choice. I regret to inform Max that Max has chosen the wrong location to investigate first, as this captain's quarters. Actually, no, this is the captain's quarters, so I should actually give you some information. But the escape pods are all still
Something
here.
for the captain's log.
I'll get back to what's going on in the captain's quarters in a minute. Actually, wait. No, you wait. Shit, that is the captain's quarters. I'm gonna hold you at the door. The door is closed
I would like to open it.
and locked. You're welcome to
I
do
have
so.
lockpicks. Fuck you.
No, yeah, no. You're welcome to do so. Let me get to Goop first, though. I expect you to lockpick
Yeah,
this
go ahead.
room. I don't even realize what I'm saying. God. Alright, so, Goop. Estelle walks down towards the cargo bay and finds the return shuttle there, waiting for use. There are a whole bunch of belted down cargo boxes. There's a whole bunch of functional equipment here. There's a crane for lifting equipment out of the exploration vessel. There's a crane for lifting the exploration vessel down into or up into the porthole that it is intended to exit from. There's a whole bunch of other docking equipment and so on and so forth. The doors are long and wide, and they can be extended even past themselves, much like the Minotaur. And they are very, very accessible to teamsters such as yourselves, who are trained at opening doors. Sorry, I was babbling that much so that I could insert that one reference, but I'll stop babbling now.
And those doors leave to vacuum, right? Just like void.
These doors out down south lead to vacuum. The doors up here can be made larger, so they can push into the walls.
So
basically, is the idea.
Human-sized, and it can be made more than human-sized.
Mm-hmm. If you need to, that's how you get heavy and big cargo in. There is also a one of those cargo loaders. You know, the kind that you might have seen in there's this old 80s film, probably never heard of it, Aliens.
You're talking about the 2080s?
Yeah, it's, no, the 1980s. Sorry, it's really, really
The
far back.
1980s?
No.
Way
1880s is when they did film. 1980s is when they did hollow film, because it was the 19th
No,
century.
you're thinking the 2080s.
2080s was cyber film.
No, I thought 2080s was like cat videos.
We'll come.
No,
back
you're
to
thinking of the 20s.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Which 20s?
there's this old film, in which this character named Sigourney Weaver, gets into a giant robot that looks a lot like what your cargo loader in your average shuttle like this looks like. So you've got one of those in the back.
Standing forklift.
Yeah, exactly, the forklift. Some
Classic
call it
standing forklift. All right.
Some call it cargo loader, some call it forklift. You know, same thing.
Forklift certified on all kinds.
I love you both. You're the best. This is great. All right, so the two of you. Okay, sorry. So yeah, that's what you see. That's what you see, Goop. What are you going to do with that information? Everything looks hunky-dory. The only weird thing about this room is the electronics, once again, seem to be done over with those black wires.
I'm gonna start checking over the vehicles that have been driven in, parked in here, because I assume they went out onto the planet's surface.
Yeah,
Whatever is mechanical may have gotten in here.
the exploration vessel certainly would have been surfaced. So, would you like to? What are your skills?
I am good at mechanical repair, heavy machinery, such as cranes, exosuits, and forklifts, scavenging, rimwise, and athletics.
Weirdly enough, I might ask you for a scavenging.
All right. Let's see
I
if
think
poke
that's the
stuff
most
around. This is gonna be
applicable to like investigating strange machinery and such. Right?
Would that be speed or intellect?
I mean, are you taking your time?
Not really.
Speed.
I just want to look over this place and move
Giving
on.
it a
because
one-over.
it's-
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, quick scavenge with the speed.
Affirmative.
All right, well, I got a 30, and my speed plus scavenging is 44, so that is a solid pass.
Very solid. Very solid. So, looks like this thing's touched down in dirt. You see signs of rusting. Clearly spent some time on surface. Probably more than a few days. This is probably, though, a reusable vessel. Something that's something of this nature was probably placed here after serving under another ship's guard. So, this is an older vessel. It's seen its use, but a lot of it recent, and it looks like it's been down on surface not longer than 2 days ago. And you see some fresh dirt on the tarmac, or whatever it's called in the future. And there's, inside of it, signs that some objects were brought in. You can see some recent marking on the ground. The kind of marking that you can kind of like put your rubber boot against and wipe away. You know what I'm talking about? That sort of marking. Recent use.
Gotcha.
And it seems that there have been several objects brought in and out of the ship from this vessel.
All right, well, one check off away from carbon monoxide, one closer to alien artifact. That's a little above my pay grade. I'm gonna go see if I can't tell Yasuko about this.
You find Yasuko has already done... Yasuko, roll, please, for me. This is going to be... what did we decide this was earlier? Mechanical repair or...
I mean, we for earlier was sealing a door. This is for picking a lock, so I assume it would be, I don't know, maybe speed?
Yes, speed, but what skill is modifying this?
I don't know. What does it say? Lockpick.
Well, you
plus
know,
10
but like,
to
what
roll
is
to
your...
pick these doors.
Yeah, what is your what are your character skills?
0G, mechanical repair, piloting, jury rigging, and asteroid mining.
Jury rigging. Yeah, it's a jury rigging plus your lockpick plus your speed.
All right, I passed with flying colors with like a 43 out of like 70 something.
Yeah, that's fucking great. Excellent. So yeah, you pop the door open, and Estelle, you see Yaska as she's about to enter a dimly lit room from which you can hear voices.
Are they going sus 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 sus?
It actually sounds more like shaya 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 shaya.
Well, let me make sure I have a flashlight. Criminy.
I don't, but I have a bioscanner.
I got an infrared look. I got some infrared.
Wait, I have a
goggles.
fucking bioscanner. Why didn't I use that at the beginning of all this?
Yeah, you
Ah,
can use
that's
the
a great
bioscanner. I'll put some goggles on.
Okay. So, are you going to enter this room? You it's dimly lit.
Do I hear the voices, or is only my partner hear?
You hear the voices too. You can make out some silhouettes, or shadows, figures huddled around a central circle in the center of the captain's quarters.
I got my crowbar in the hand, and I'm gonna be like, "Hello there."
Yeah. So you hear Shaya, 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 Shaya. But you don't hear any response to your hello there. Very rude of them.
I also have, I got some infrared goggles. I would like to put them on and see get a better look.
You see a bunch of colder than your average person huddled figures surrounding a central something.
Okay, well, that's another tick box in the alien artifact. Oh yeah, Yasuko. There might be some Xeno artifacts aboard. We should probably report this at some point.
I kind of like do a little boop boop on I presume I have like a wrist comm. I have a short range comm, so I'm assuming it's a wrist mounted unit.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Cool. So I'm gonna go like a boop boop. I'm gonna be like, "Hello ship, can you relay a message to the station? Shit's fucked."
This is your autopilot speaking. What exactly did you mean by shit's fucked? These are words that
we gotta
autopilot
real
is
stuff.
incapable of relaying to superior officers.
All right. Shit is screwed. Is that better? All right. Either way.
One of these words is incapable of being relayed to superior officers. Please re-enter statement again.
Stuff is screwed up.
We have a Xeno artifact aboard that has obvious psychic implications.
Alerting
Well,
corporate. Please wait 6 hours for response.
great. Should we throw something at them?
Okay, well, how about before you do that, I'm gonna get my laser cutter out, and yeah, I'm gonna get my laser cutter out and sit against the little manhole, and you throw something at him, and I'll let it rip if anything bad goes on.
I also get my laser cutter out because apparently we have the same equipment, which actually makes sense because we're on the same team. And I also have my laser cutter. I'm like, that's a good idea. Let me try one thing before I throw something at them. I kind of just shout "Hey, the fuck you doing over there? What do you got there?"
So one amongst them, actually, let me put this onto token layer. Oh, I got a stink bug on my table. Thank you very much for showing up, friend. But I'm going to spew you off somewhere else. Yeah. So we've got this motherfucker likes me. The stink bug is on the back of my shoulder. You can't see. Motherfucker enjoys my presence. I guess I just attract insects like this. It's fine. I like it. It's fine. Okay. So yeah. The person with the kind of scarification on their face, around their lips, looks actually over to you and says, You're not Alistair. Who are you?
Hey, we're here to check up on the status of the ship. You haven't checked in a while. What the fuck's going on? Also, keep your hands where we can see them.
Well, hello.
I'm Chief Scientific Officer Ivan Sokolov. Sokolov. But you can call me Sokolova, if you like.
Cool. The fuck's going on here?
Amazing things. World-shattering, paradigm-shifting, galaxy-changing things. Research that I don't even begin to understand. I can't imagine where you fall in the spectrum of being able to research what we have here with us.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hold you up real quick, Mrs. Professor. Cause I ain't no scientist, but I can say, normally science is done in the multiple labs you got right here behind me, and not huddled in a dark room chanting creepily.
But normal science doesn't claim to understand the existence of God.
Cool. Do you want to come back and file a new religion license request with the CCC? We can just walk you back.
Yeah, do you have
Very
a
basically
license
everyone
for
on our
that
ship.
system?
Are you so where are you speaking this from, Estelle? You from the
I'm much
central
farther
quarter?
back in the room by the manhole with my just sort of poking my head and shoulders out and my arms ready to drop if I need to.
You hear what is that? Is there another speaker in this chamber?
Down here,
Please step into the light.
Yasuko, take a step to the side. They just want to take a look.
Okay, I took it to the side and back.
I give a
Okay.
little bit of a wave.
Yeah, so both of you are visible, and you give a little bit of a wave. You see in response, Chief Scientific Officer Ivan Sokolava does this in response. Hello. Strange people from strange places. Welcome. Welcome to our God's chamber. It's incredible what we found here. Actual proof, verifiable, of the existence of an entity beyond our scope of understanding. An entity or a place or thing, a concept, so otherwise indescribable by mankind as to be verifiable as the progenitor of it all.
That's a little too rich for my blood. Is your god stuck in there, or can your god like walk around? Did you find God on Cerberus 9? Was that where God was hanging out all this time?
We've seen relics. What God left after the last time God was here.
That's not good.
Alrighty then.
Do you think we can just call him a toe or something? And because I don't think we're educated enough to
Yeah.
fix whatever the hell's broken with these folks.
We're mechanics, not psychologists. This ain't an asteroid. I can't mine this.
Well, get ready if you need to, because I'm getting some fucking vibes from these couple.
Yeah.
I've come on to
So,
scroll.
hey, crew people. How do
Sorry.
you feel about just chilling here for a bit? Vending machine still got some stuff in it. We checked. And wait until we're in a nice old tow truck to pick you up so we can go proselytize elsewhere.
We are taken care of. I assure you. I understand why you are here. The company is not interested in us exploring the ramifications of what we found. They clearly have seen our data and find it to be unscientific, and we have answers to that if corporate would merely communicate with us.
Well, maybe if you went back to the station, you could get aligned with them. But you're sitting here not using your comms.
We would be
Can't
happy
exactly... I'm just saying. I don't want to point fingers, but if there's someone who's not communicating properly,
Yeah, if you need, we can just fix your little engine and get the hell out of Dodge. We came to fix something. Maybe that's what we fix.
We fixed the engine. We fixed the comms units. We fixed everything on the ship. I assure you, if you were to examine it, it would be functioning better than it was before.
It doesn't sound like they need a mechanic, Yasuko. I don't see why we need to be here.
yeah, sounds like a real good time. You know what?
I think I understand why you are here. It is
Oh,
because
do
the company has
Because
forced
if
you
you
to be
tell
here.
us, and we'll both know.
Yes. Well, the company doesn't understand what we're working on. They don't appreciate our breakthroughs. We've been sending data from the moment we got the artifacts on hand, and I can't imagine they're pleased with what they see. I mean, considering the hubris of the companies, after all. Confronted with an entity greater than themselves, they might panic. They might choose not to understand what they're seeing.
Okay. Well, we've checked in. We are eyewitnesses to your clear scientific evidence and sanity and
Oh, you have not seen the evidence. You have seen us, yes. You have not seen the evidence.
Well, if the evidence is in that dimly lit room, I might want to turn the lights on if we want us to see it.
I understand that you struggle to see things. We once did.
Well, I won't say struggle. I have pretty good vision. I passed my exam. Fuck you.
Understandable. Have a nice day. But, if you would permit, I could show you.
Yasuko, turn the lights on.
I look around for a light switch.
There is a light switch. They literally could have turned it on.
I'd be like, yeah, don't mind me. I just kind of sidle up to the light switch and do a little, like, doop.
You see a couple of them, like, kind of squint, close their eyes, kind of reacclimate to the new light situation. And as they do, you see, you assume xenobiologist. Sorry, wait. What did I say? Oh yeah, sorry. Xenoarchaeologist Olga Kurosawa blinks a couple more times and kind of sits back, and she's the one with like the the bangs or whatever, the kind of what's her name from that cyberpunk movie, Scarlett Johansson, except not her at all.
Ghost in the Shell?
Yeah, thank you. The Ghost in the Shell looking bangs. She kind of steps back and she kind of blinks for a second. And she looks around and she's like, Sokolova does not break eye contact with you as the lights return. Their pupils go from the big pupil to the smaller pupil, but not as small as you might think.
Alright. So, what do you want to show us so badly?
The evidence, the proof. You will understand when you see it. Please.
Alright, well, show it to us. We're here. Got eyes wide open.
Check it out, Yasuko. I'll cover you.
Yeah, and to
You
be
know what?
clear, are both of you looking at what is about to come, or is just one of you?
No, I'm
looking.
I'm just looking at Yasuko's back and just keeping a laser cutter trained on the doorway.
Okay. So, out of character, and I say this quite explicitly so that this information is not used in character later by the players. Roll me a sanity save as you see something super duper ordinary looking. But
Oh, it's
yet
like a fertility icon. I've seen those.
completely out of sync with what normal appears to you.
Well, I got a 45 out of 30, so I didn't do too hot.
Yeah. So you're seeing something totally normal looking. It's an icon carved out of some sort of black metal or stone. A strange icon, but not proof of divinity. But
But this is some
conventional.
fucking artifact. Like, good find, archaeologist. But you know, I ain't seen no god here.
Though I would say that as you say that, something in you stirs, and there is no god here, yes, but this is strange. This is abnormal. This is something worth noting. This is perhaps extraordinary. Maybe you need to investigate it more. Maybe you need to look at it longer to kind of see what's going on. There's more nuance to it than you might have once considered. There seems to be a lot
I
of
kinda
nuance, in
walk up
fact,
to
in the
it.
sculpture.
Is it
I try to grab it and like examine it.
is it monoxide poisoning or is it actually a thing?
No, it's just some like fucking icon or some shit. Looks pretty interesting though. I'm getting a closer look.
It's always monoxide poisoning. They all suffocate and then they all fly the damn ship into the ground.
We checked the atmosphere before we came in. Is it monoxide poisoning?
Okay, well maybe the sensors are weird. Maybe it's like space monoxide or something.
Autopilot
know.
says this is not monoxide poisoning. Otherwise, I wouldn't have let you open the doors. With exception to... We do not speak of exceptions to opening the doors in monoxide poisoning situations. If you would like to speak to your corporate advisors with regards to circumstances in which Teamsters would be sent out to monoxide poisoning environments without being
turning off
previously
the, I'm
warned,
turning off my lovely
please
AI
refer
in
to...
my head.
Aw.
Great, okay. I'm glad the toaster has decided to tell us how good its toast is.
So, do you step into the room?
No, I'm staying back.
Okay.
I'm not trusting the whatever stuff is going on. And you know what? If they try and jump Yasuko, I got a train on them. So
That is
I'm
entirely
ready
valid.
ready to blast away and make sure my buddy is not collecting any sort of health insurance that I don't get any of.
All right, Yaska, are you you said you were going to approach this thing.
Yeah, I want to get a closer look. Like, how big is it? Are we talking?
It is hand holdable.
I mean,
It's-
yeah, I would want to try to hand hold it.
It is collectively being held in
Sounds
4 hands at the moment, considering there are 5 people in here. Actually, let me remind myself
Gonna look at that.
who exactly is in here. Boop and boop. Okay, cool. I have reminded myself. So they look you over and you they look you over one up and one down, and they say, yes, you may share in the collective holding of this object. However, the artifact is too important to be held by one hand alone. Do you consent to sharing?
I kind of like, I do a big sigh, do a sigh, and like, I just kind of, I don't bother holding it. I don't feel like I need to put my hand on it. I just try to like get closer to look at it.
Okay. Roll me a sanity save.
Let's see how this one goes. I got a 42 out of 30. This is going great, guys. I'm the sanest.
Okay, you actually feel like you do need to hold it. You need to
I'm
at
like,
least
"Fine,"
touch it.
And I put my hand on it.
Roll me a sanity save.
Oh, this one's a real failure. That's a 70.
You doing
Nice.
okay in there, Yasuko? You got kind of quiet for a little bit.
Yasuko.
I'm just trying to get a fucking look at this thing. It's got some weird patterns or some shit.
Oh, oh.
Yasuko, you don't feel necessarily that you need to explain this to your compatriot, but you are in the presence of something beyond man. It's hard to explain. You wouldn't necessarily call it God, the progenitor of all. That seems kind of pretentious for what this thing represents. This is certainly, at the very least, proof of extraterrestrial intelligence. This is undoubtable proof because this is not made of soapstone carved out of obsidian or any sort of weak thing. This is made of metal. This is not even iron. This is something black and shining. This is something alien. It's a metal that you don't completely and intuitively understand. And the patterns, the very, very subtle patterns that jot the exterior of it are inhuman, and grappling with that, contending with what you see before you and your own understanding of the universe is complex. And you don't necessarily have a footing on which to stand with regards to wrapping your head around exactly what you're seeing. But it's great. It's immense. It is consuming. It is taxing on your mental capacity. It is inescapable. You're looking at an object, yes, but on a grander scale, you're looking at a celestial body. You're looking at gravity itself. Your eyes are drawn to it inescapably. Your mind is seeping through your eyes towards it. You need to look at it longer, because it might not explain anything, but it might just explain everything. Everything that you've ever asked of yourself, and not just the small concerns, but the bigger ones, the grander ones, the ones that you haven't concerned yourself with since you were a child. What are we doing here? Why were we made or brought to this existence? Why was I born? All of these things seem to be within grasp of answering, if you just sunk deeper into the sigils on the outside of this structure. If you just let yourself observe it longer, if you just explored its creases and crevices and let them become part of you as you are already part of it. But, that's kind of silly to think about. Mostly you think it's not a vent that I can fix, but it is something that I need to think about, and it is something that really is important to me, and so are the people looking at it. They're suddenly more important to you than they once were. Their well-being, their handling by corporate. It's a lot more important than it
I'm
once
like,
was.
I'm gonna, kind of turn over to my companion and be like, it's just a cool fucking statue. Little statuette thing. It's real nice.
All right. Well, we should probably get going.
People can get when they've been in a place like this for so long. Honestly, probably should cut them some slack.
It's true.
How long
I'm
were they
not
out on
really-
assignment for?
Yeah, they've been at this for years. Different parts of the
They've been
planet.
fucking on this ship for years. We can just cut them slack.
All right. Well, is there a life support system on this
There
boat?
is a life support system. Yes, absolutely. And you're on the level to explore that. So
I'm
what's
gonna
listed
check
as
that
8
out.
on your maps.
That's in the far right. So I'm going to head over to 9 and barring anything stopping me in 9, head over to 8 to see if we can't fix whatever got into the vents. Because
So, yeah.
I'm still...
You move through
That's
the
the
labs, and as you move through the labs, you see something interesting. You look at a whole bunch of geological finds, artifacts brought from another world. You see obsidian shapes and strange geometries, sigils that you don't quite understand. I need you to make a sanity check for me as you even observe what's going on in the labs.
Alright. I have such a good sanity, I rolled a 75. Okay, well, that's
Yeah.
my first failure.
There's something going on here. You're not quite sure you have your finger on it, but something here just is not clicking with your previous understanding of how things are supposed to work. By the way, Max, you're at 30 stress, and Goop, you're at 10. I'm just treating every failed sanity
All right.
save as another 10 in the hole. Not sure if it'll come up or not. Truth be told, I'm kind of playing loosey-goosey with the rules to facilitate
You
the
mean
fun
like
times.
That's totally fine.
You mean by like just increase stress by 1 for everything? Because I think stress is a different. It doesn't go by tens.
Yes, whatever Goop says, because Goop actually has paid attention to the system's rules, and I have not.
Okay, so that would
Alrighty.
mean so we both start at 2 and you failed 3, so that means you would be at 5 and I would be at 3, I think.
Yes. Affirmative. I am keeping tallies of how many failed sanity saves, and that actually does matter.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, I had a feeling that might matter.
Mm-hmm. So you step into the room 8, life support, and you find that this is not your home at the center of the street. This is not your beautiful house. This is not your beautiful wife. This is not a life support room that you are capable of grappling with your comprehensions of what exactly life support should entail. Life support on this side of the ship doesn't look like it's being sustained by anything. The fucking generator for gravity is not connected to anything. There's instead an artifact, a strange black and brown artifact, or black and tan, kind of carved from stone, but like not earth stone. Kind of transitions into black, seamlessly shiny obsidian stuff. And there's sigils on it, and it is being connected. It's being ported into somehow to the black wiring of this vessel, and there's all sorts of strange wiring. It seems to be forming a cobweb of sorts.
All right. Well, I think first thing I'm gonna do is hook the hook of my crowbar around some of those wires into the statue and start popping them off because. Either it's working and that's really alarming, or it's not working and I need to fix it.
Okay, before you do that, if you permit me, there's one further detail of the room that I have not explained yet.
Okay. Got my crowbar out, though.
Yeah.
Better be warned.
Yep, you got your crowbar out. The artifact that is hooked into life support is hooked into another thing as well. A statue.
Oh, Jesus.
Roll me another sanity save, please.
Oh, boy. Good luck. Oh, 57. Well, ironically, that's 75 backwards. So, I mean, if I do 75 and then 57, does that mean I win?
Yes. It is hooked up to, your mind quickly grasps at threads. It strains to understand what it's looking at, but you piece 2 and 4 together, and eventually you kind of understand that it is hooked into a generator, a power source, and the statue is the power source.
Christ, I'm gonna have to talk to the engineer. I don't think this is allowed at all.
It does
Who's
not
the
seem like
engineering?
standard procedure, for sure.
Christ, this is way against regulations.
Leslie. Where the Sam Hill is Leslie? I'm gonna go Cracker Skull. All right. Yasuko, can you ask one of those chuckles where Leslie is? I say as I lean against the door frame.
I'm gonna be like, hey, where's Leslie?
Yvonne leans into you and whispers in your ear, oddly enough. Leslie's in engineering. It makes perfect sense to you.
I poke my head out the room and I'm like, Leslie's in engineering.
All right.
You would know that there's more than one engineering room.
Yeah,
Seems kinda
there's a
stupid.
couple, isn't there? There's like 3, maybe 6.
Anything marked as 8. Or, 3.
Oh yeah, there's a few of those.
3 or 8,
Yeah, there's,
honestly.
5.
Well, at least 2. That's life support. Engineering would be
Sorry, yeah, engine and maintenance.
engine maintenance. Gotcha. That's a 3. And so there's at least 4 of those. So I'm gonna poke my head into the nearest one and see if I can find a Leslie and get a strongly worded explanation for why the hell we're plugging in art supplies into the life support generator.
Okay. As you step into the room marked 3, you find yourself in a room that is completely black, save for the few lights that permeate the darkness emitting
We
from
went
other
to
rooms.
engineering.
Engineering
That's never a good idea.
is perhaps completely occluded by this black wiring. It shines in the sparse light that can reach it. The wires connect to an object that you don't quite understand. It's not something of consortium creation by any stretch of imagination. Though looking at it for longer than you might otherwise do, it does seem to be functional. It does seem to be creating the same sort of thrust and engine functionality that you would normally expect.
All right. Well, first things first. I'm gonna start like an explorer deep in the jungle with a vibrachette. I'm going to start hacking away at these wires with a crowbar and say, "Hey, Yasuko, are you still hanging out with the rest of the crew? Like, what are you doing?"
You need me
over
in there or something? I'm just chilling.
All
Yeah,
right.
you are just chilling. Just chilling.
Fine.
Yeah, so give me a combat roll, please.
All right.
Modified by heavy machinery. I'll give you that.
Oh, thank you for letting me
welcome.
break things with my very cool crowbar and heavy machinery. Combat with +10. I rolled a 7. Hell yes. Do you want me to roll damage on that crowbar?
Please do.
All right. Crowbar damage would be 1d10. Well, that's not as impressive as one might hope.
You can roll in the chat. if you like.
All right. Chat/roll 1d10. Got a 4.
Ooh, nice. You find the wires to be thicker than you expected, denser, and more resilient. These are not your average rubber-coated copper wires. Frankly, when you hit them with your crowbar, you find them to twang with a metallic resonance that you were not expecting at all. Especially not as an insulator for wiring. Why would you put metal on the outside of wire? That seems absolutely counterintuitive to you, but it's not a metal that you know. None of this is right. None of this makes sense, and you are absolutely hacking against metal. on the outside of a wire. It's not shining because it's rubber. It's shining because it's a metallic substance.
Okay, well, I guess it's time to, Yasuko, you might want to sit down or tie yourself to something. I'm going to try something a little, sketch.
Yaska, while
something. Yeah, go ahead.
while you're hearing this, you find your eyes fixated on the substance before you, the strange lacquer-like object that they've held before you, this group of scientists. And Sokolova kind of leans into you and says, "You see it, right? I can't be the only one who sees it."
I nod.
I thought so. This is important. This is groundbreaking. This is something that the consortium will suppress if they find out what we have here. We need people. People invested in making sure the consortium does not shut this information down like it has done so many other things in the past. Do you remember Lawcat? Do you remember how they shut that rebellion down? Lawcat was a rebellion maybe 5 or so years ago, out in the Grim Worlds, perpetuated by a meme spread over the HoloNet. Did not end well for Lawcat, or those affiliated.
Well, don't let your memes be dreams, people. Yeah, I remember that.
This is greater than that, and it is in a nascent state. We must not let the ungarnished mind observe what you have observed. Do you concur?
Yeah, alright.
But we also have an incentive to ensure that everybody eventually sees it. Everybody knows what we're dealing with. Everybody meets God. And everybody can transport to her plane of existence and ascend, as we are rightfully due. I'm going to say, Yoska, this actually sounds great to you, and I'm going to make you roll another sanity save.
Alright, let's see if this is the first sanity save I'll pass. No! 50 out of 30.
Oof.
Yaska, you think that everybody does need to see this. Everybody should know that God is real, and God is here on Cerebus 9, and probably aliens found God a lot longer ago than humanity did, and it would be nice to meet her and to go to where she is at and to see all the things that she wants to show you. And this is just a taste of what is to come. This is just an ounce of attention that you are devoting to her. But when you get to see her, when you observe her magnificence, when you finally get to transport yourself to her realm, you'll be part of her concept, part of her conceits for this universe. You will be able to open a portal to her and meet her, and finally get all the attention you're deserved, because you'll be in her presence. You'll be with her and part of her, and you'll feel great, and she will too, just knowing that there are those out there who finally recognize her power and who finally understand why she's done all of the things that she has. You'll finally meet God and be part of God, and it'll be great. But you gotta make sure that nobody else fucks it up.
All right.
You feel a cosmic
There's
head
only one
pat
person around here who could fuck it up right now.
on your shoulder. Indeed, there is really only one person here who's not with the program. Maybe two, you think, as if understanding what Chief Scientific Officer Ivan Sokolova has to say before you even heard her speak. Alistair is somewhere on the ship. He must be stopped. He will ensure
All right.
that the
I
gate
whip
is
out
never
my
opened.
bioscanner.
Yes, perfect. I'm so happy that you understand, by the way. I was worried that you might not, but you see the effigy before you once more. You cannot deny the existence of her when you gaze upon this. It is an absolute truth. She is here for us, and we shall once more be embraced by her benevolence. Find Alistair.
Yes.
Let your friend know that we mean her no harm, and we will embrace her as we have you. Go forth, my child.
All right. So I leave the room and I try to track down my friend here.
Yeah, she's down the ways a bit. You see a structure, an effigy, that looks absolutely beautiful to you. A form that you immediately connect with the structure that you've observed not long ago. The form of her, the effigy, the avatar. It's hooked into some of the black wiring of the place. It seems to be charging other things, powering things even, with its presence. You believe that it is connected to the god, and that it is good that it is there. Perhaps one day you shall be connected to her, as this thing is.
I'm excited. That sounds great. I'm here for it. So I roll up on my compatriot here, and I'm like, hey, I talked to the crew, and I think I figured out what went down here.
What? And I'm gonna fire my my pulse laser through a few of the wires.
What the fuck are you doing?
Roll me that
I'm
pulse
fixing
laser, please.
Damage or just an attack?
Roll me the attack.
Okay, I was gonna say because I mean, like, I don't think it's moving. I don't think I need to worry too much about hitting it.
I'm curious.
Okay, well, do I get advantage because I didn't roll great on my first try?
No advantage.
No advantage? Okay, well, that's a 95.
The wires move out of your way as you fire off your plasma rifle. The wires do not seem to be interested in entertaining your bullshit right now, and they move accordingly. The black, shining wires part ways, allowing your pistol to fire off towards the hull of the vessel, which they quickly suffocate as you puncture the hole. They prevent any exit of oxygen.
Okay, cool. I think we're squarely in fucked up shit territory.
Yeah, so let me. I think I figured out how this happened. So I talked to them. Apparently, one of the crew members, Alistair, went a bit cuckoo to the loco, even more so than the rest of them, if you catch my drift.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all his doing, and apparently he's hiding somewhere on here, and he's the one fucking all this shit up. We probably need to deal with that.
Okay. Do we just like whack him? Do we have
I
to
mean,
bring
you
him
know-
back to base?
Well, you know, probably capture him if we can, but you know, I'd rather if one of us has got to die, it's got to be him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Well, I got a fucking laser. And
Yes, you're right. I'll get the bioscanner out.
yeah, okay. You do scanning, I do shooting. Ignore the most recent show of shooting. I assure you, I'm better at this than it looks.
All right,
You see the wires almost form like this symbol. You don't understand what it means, but seems to encourage you.
Awesome. So yeah, I whip out the bioscanner. It has a 100-meter range for life forms. I look for one because you mentioned earlier that it doesn't give me a ton of data on them, but you mentioned earlier that the people in the room were slightly cooler than would be expected.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the bioscanner would give me information like that, but I would look for someone who isn't cooler, aside from the two of us, obviously.
Yeah, actually, it's a really great great thought process that you mentioned that. Where are you? Alistair. Alright, there you go. You do see a bunch of cooler signals coming from the captain's room. You see 5. Exactly. You recognize them, of course. Ivan Sokolova, Olga Kurosawa, Minya Ranul, and Warren Elmira. But you also know for a fact that you saw Dak earlier in the oh, sorry, and Vanak Singh. If that wasn't clear. You remember that you saw Dak earlier in the piloting room. So right now, the only unaccounted for people, frankly, are Leslie Fool, Tony Bai, Alistair, the captain, and the first mate.
All right. Using my clever heat signature process, can I try to work out? First off, do I see any signatures other than the ones I know about?
Yeah. So let me give you like a cool signature reading. Boom. You get a super cool signature reading from here. Like, not necessarily something you'd register as human. You also get one of those.
Could you draw some like blue circles or red circles? Blue for cold, red for hot. Purple for
Are you
metal?
not seeing the circles that I'm drawing on the board? Oh, I'm on the GM overlay.
I was gonna say, are you on the GM mode?
Whack!
Oh,
Okay, yeah. Let me.
go.
Fucking Christ. Okay, wow.
I thought you were just pinging, and I was just being like, okay, so I kind of know where maybe that is.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, this was intended to be a lot more suave than it was.
It works. Cool. We got it.
Okay, GM overlay, womp, and oh wow, I'm just drawing things now, huh? Map player. All right. Okay. Okay, switch over to GM overlay. Okay, let's see. Oh, nope, it's on tokens. Wow, I'm really embarrassing. Yep, okay. Boop. And let's go to GM overlay and boop. Alright, cool. So, I think the bottom floor is actually up to date now. Let's go to GM overlay. Let's bring that to map layer. Cool. And alright, we're kind of almost caught up now.
Wait, so there's a cold person. There's a cold figure in the life support room.
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense. We just came through there.
Yes.
Well, maybe
it's
we
cold.
should take a closer look.
You know, like not currently living. You wouldn't assume. Wow, that was ignore the thing that's below the key.
Strange.
You would probably expect a living human to be shown as yellow. and you
Okay.
find yourselves to be shown as yellow.
That would make sense because we're human and living.
Well, maybe we should. I mean, let's obviously check out the life support as we go through it. But I think the next stop is the this. Oh, whoops, that's drawing. I meant to ping.
Whoops.
This spot back here.
Yep, that does make sense. Yeah, I was at the engine maintenance a little while ago, or at least one of them. That might actually be, that might be, what, Leslie?
Could be.
Yeah, because Leslie was in one of the engine maintenance rooms, and well, I don't know. Maybe she's drank the Kool-Aid a little more than anyone else. Let's go check it out. GM, may we start moving towards that way and pause and life
You
support?
absolutely may. I would say, having witnessed the wires moving to avoid a pulse rifle blast, Goop, you have to roll me a sanity save. But, Max, Yaska kind of expected that. Yaska knows
Weird.
that you shouldn't shoot your mate.
Alright. That's a 14 and a pass.
Okay, yeah, no, that was weird. That was some
Wires.
bullshit. You're familiar with bullshit. You deal with it on the reg.
There's some inexplicable things going on, and I do not feel the urge to explain them.
So you find yourselves on the other side of the gravity well, and below you is a very, very dark signature on this bioscanner. I'm assuming you both go down towards the engineering room.
Yes.
This is the main engineering room. This is where anybody who says, "Oh yeah, they're in engineering," refers to. And when you get there, the door is actually locked. It won't let you in.
Oh. Well, after you, Yasuko.
All right, I step in first.
Well, no, you need to break the door first.
Gotta open the
Oh.
door.
I would do the Lucky Piku.
Roll me that rolly thing.
I rolled a 1, so I think I got it open.
I think that's a really good pass.
Yeah, no, the door is your absolute bitch. She just pants at your touch, and as soon as you even lay a finger on this door on her passcode interpreter, she just touch me more, touch me in all the places. Come on, put your passcode in me, put your password here, right here, and here, and here. Here.
Remind me to break the AI when we get back on our ship.
Yeah, you hear all of that, by the way. That's diegetic. The AI in this fucking place is fritzy.
I'm like, well, we should definitely check out the AI core later. You know, you can leave me alone to deal with that.
Sure,
No,
alright, yeah, not my business.
The door opens, and before you, you
Come on, dude, I'm
see
fucking with you.
an absolutely beautiful hive of black wires as they sprawl from the walls down towards the engines, which are not engines as you understand them, but rather generators of the energy required to create the thing that you need to create. You feel in the back of your minds a need, an urgent and pressing need to make something. It's like you're all of a sudden a Matoran in the Bionicle verse, and you just feel like you're a creator now, as opposed to a destroyer. JK. That was a bad transition. All of a sudden, though, you feel as if you are observing creation in process. You are witnessing not the birth of a single-celled organism from the slime, but no, something greater, something more advanced, something that requires a certain understanding of conduits and generators of energy. and you see these wires coalescing around an object, a singular sphere. I don't have art of it, because you can imagine a black sphere in your minds, and that's what you see, where that energy signal, that bio-recording blip appears before you. That blue square before you is actually just a singular black orb, resplendent in hue.
Well, that's either Leslie or it's not. But either way, I'm not touching it. Let's jam.
Yeah, you know, whatever it is, I think it probably fooled the bioscanner. Piece of junk.
Might be giving off heat. None of my business.
I mean, yeah. I would say, though, that, let me see. Objects and tokens. There is a yellow ping right over here. In the cargo bay, it is opposite of the one you entered through.
So, hey, I see a signature, looks like a hot one, off in the cargo bay.
Yeah, that's
Let's go
pretty
check it out.
pretty human shaped. By the way, I'm gonna.
Can you
I'm gonna guess-
shut that door with the? Can you relock that door with the orb in it? I don't know if there anything's gonna hatch out of it.
I gently caress the keypad and I say,
The keypad,
Goes-
the keypad goes. Were you gonna enter a password or something, or were you just touching?
I gotta leave you wanting more.
Come on, lover boy. Let's
We're
get
not
going.
locked. Don't tell anyone. Let them touch
I
it.
don't tell anyone, and I get going.
Yeah. So you move towards the scientific. The engineering room out that ways, and it does seem to be also locked. The door. This one seems to be a different passcode than the one previous that was very interested in you touching her. Yeah.
I guess I'll try to pick this one as well.
Yeah, this one might be challenging. Especially
Well, it's
considering
definitely
your...
challenging because I rolled a 74 out of a that would be a blah 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 math.
Roll the second roll, please, because this is at disadvantage. Your mind state is precluding you from entering the right code.
Well, the second roll would have been a success.
Ah, that's a bummer. Well, you fail. Miserably. Yeah, the door's just not opening, and for some reason, you feel as though it's
Failed by
because
1 degree, literally 1 point. Oh my god.
those beyond this door have not accepted the reality of this plane.
I'm gonna be this door is too hard to get open. Maybe we can force it.
1 sec. Let me try something. And I walk up and I knock on the door and I say, "Hello. We're here at the repair crew. We're looking for Leslie or an Alistair.
You
Really,
don't
anyone.
anything on the other side. You don't have a communicate roll or anything, do you?
No. I do have a short range comms. If you want it, you can ping me over the comms.
You don't hear
I'm here.
any communication forthwith.
Huh.
But Yasko, you do hear something. Yasko, you hear a thought in your mind.
I mean, yeah, you're speaking to me right now.
You hear,
No, go ahead. Sorry.
she doesn't understand. She doesn't know what we are or what we represent. She's only seen the signs of our presence. She has not felt us. She must feel us for her to be with us, with you, with me, with all of us in her, capital H, presence. Alistair's a problem, yes, but there is more that you can do. than just bringing Alistair into the fold. If you were to bring in another, the rewards would be far greater. You feel an ounce of what the rewards have to offer, and they feel magnificent. The back of your mind is spinning in serotonin. Everything about the presence of this voice, this thought, which perhaps was yours, seems to fill you with existential satisfaction. You're not worried about where you came from or what you are intended to do on this realm. What you're worried with is ensuring that others understand what you understand now, basking in the glory of this voice. What you are intended to do.
Alright, so I turn to my good fellow. What's your character's name? I've been doing this good fellow thing the whole time.
Estelle. Wait.
Estelle. I turn to Estelle.
Yes.
Okay, I turn to Estelle, and I'm like, you know what? We could just go talk to the crew up in the captain's quarters. They probably know the passcode.
No, give me a sec. I think I got this. And she's gonna take a step back and try and fire her laser cutter at the joint where the lock might be, and try and sear the whole damn thing off.
Alright, roll me a combat-based mechanical repair.
Alright. Boom! 94. One better than last time.
Fucking A. I'm sorry, Goob. I'm really not trying to pin this all against you, but, it doesn't do shit. In fact, you think you've broken it.
Completely.
Does the door dodge?
The door does not dodge. You see smoke emanating from the hinges, filling up the gravity of this location. It is not going to budge, and in fact, you think you've broken the door. It might only respond to a crowbar and mechanical repair from now on.
Shit. Okay. Yasuko, we can go check the. I'm not sure the keypad is going to be much help at this point. You want to grab a crowbar?
It might still respond to the
Alright, yeah.
All right. I think with the two of us, we could probably just pry it. On three?
I mean, there might be another way in if we talk to people at the event or something.
Yeah, but they're weird.
They've been alone on this ship with like 10 people for a year.
You're only enhancing my argument with that.
I'm just saying, like, if you talk to them for like 2 minutes, you would be less weird about this whole thing.
Okay. We can go talk and be weird and merry and shit after we get this damn thing open.
Fine. Okay.
So one of us rolls with advantage? Question mark? Exclamation point? Question mark?
I don't know. Yaska, are you going to give her advantage when she rolls to open the door? You don't have to. You can pretend that you have.
I don't think I will actually be helping.
Awful. Terrible. Cannot believe you. Cannot believe you would do this to me.
Well, maybe it's
also,
just...
I look like it. I make all sorts of grunting noises.
Maybe it's just a mechanical repair. What's your worst stat? Combat? How are you going about this?
I'm just gonna strength it. I'm gonna brute strength this door.
Strength
stat.
And mechanical repair at no advantage.
Okay. Oh, there goes all my good luck. I got another 72.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like it's broken.
Yeah, I mean, you might actually need the password in order to move the cylinders that are in place when it's locked.
Fine. How about you go ask your buddies, and I check out some of the crew dorms and see if there's any more weird shit in this place.
Dude, we know there's some sort of crazy dude wandering around here. We should stick together.
That's a good point. All right. Heading back to the captain's chambers?
I believe so.
All
Marvelous. Ooh, wow, I accidentally drew another thing. Whoops.
I saw the square. Yeah. I'm gonna stand outside and lean against the wall, all cool like, as if I was smoking a cigarette and not wearing full body backsuit.
Are you're still wearing
Well,
that
you know,
whole
like,
thing?
I'm gonna be like, come on, like, say hello at least. Stop being weird.
Yeah, I said hello, and they're weird.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
see,
yeah, they reacted weirdly to you pointing a gun at them. Oh. Maybe you should
So-
apologize for that. I don't know.
when you get down here, you notice that the person you've been speaking to, Max, Ivan Sokolova, has she's a lot more full-figured than you remember. She's very much embracing this lab coat that she's wearing. In fact, it seems like even the lab coat is more form-fitting, as it were. And it seems as though most of the crew is white, well-figured for their garb. And you approach them, and you can't help but feel a hint of envy at their fuller figures and their what you assume to be approach towards. Yeah. You think you want that, and you think you want that for everybody. They're approaching the form of the goddess, the statue that you've seen, the objects that you've observed, the forms that she deems superior. They're getting closer, and you want to be closer too, and you want everybody else to be closer as well. And
well, I see this while I'm talking to. Do I see this when I enter, or do I see this while I'm still outside?
That's just the entry. I mean, that's like you're still talking. Yeah, you're still talking to her.
All right, because I would want to, speak to my party member, whose name I've already forgotten again, but it doesn't matter.
Estelle, wait, Estelle, wait.
Estelle,
yes.
Estelle is in Estelle Getty, but not Estelle Getty. Estelle. There we go. Okay. I'm like, do I know Estelle's sort of orientation?
That's up to Estelle.
I'd say probably not. Whatever orientation she has, she seemed pretty businesslike, and fun jokes are fun, but she has a paycheck and she fucks off to do whatever.
This is gonna make my job a lot harder. All right. I want to put my arm on your shoulder and just kind of try to get you in and just be like, come on, say hi, stop being weird, just go in and be a normal person.
I feel like there seems to be a weird amount of pressure about this. You're not my mom.
Yeah, you know what? I've been working with you for like a year now, and you do this shit all of the time, and I'm kind of tired of it, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, you know what? I'll cut you some slack. You got a good point. When we get back to base, I will go out drinking with you, and I will make sure that you don't end up falling asleep in some random corner of station, and we all have a nice time.
I'm like, you would do that for me?
Yes, I would. I would sit with you the whole damn time where you tell your stories about whatever interesting thing you did today and whatever interesting thing you're going to do tomorrow. Have my word.
Well, now you seem vaguely condescending about the whole ordeal.
Listen, you take the deal, you don't take it.
Fine.
All right, shake on it.
Yeah.
All right. And she hands out her. She puts her hand out.
What do you do with her hand? You're shaking?
Okay, so I have a question about blocking here. When I say blocking, I mean that in the theatrical sense. So we're standing sort of in the doorway, right?
Yes.
Could I attempt to, when getting the hand, do a pull and fling towards the artifact? And
yes.
The
yes,
people
you
take
could. It would be a combat at advantage versus a. I'm assuming you didn't expect this, Estelle.
No, I did not expect.
Versus a regular combat.
Is it a versus?
Yes, and both of you cue into either strength or speed, depending on which is better.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
Well-
do a speed check.
I'm also doing a speed. I'm better at it as well.
Damn,
I got it.
reflexes.
I got a 10 on my better roll.
I got a 38, so I think you may have got me.
You're forced into the room, pulled. Not by your own devices, of course, but by those of Yaska, who stands over you, admittedly, with an apologetic expression on their face, as you realize you are within eyesight of the artifact. They are all holding betwixt themselves, each and every one of them, seemingly different than the last time you saw them through the doorway. They're all a little bit more sublime in figure, more aesthetic, more divine, closer to the figure that you see before you, held bare to your ungarnished eyes. Roll me a sanity save.
All right. I'm surprised at the lack of body saves so far.
We'll get to those.
All right, sanity. Come on, another 14. 11. Crit pass.
Wow!
God,
Yeah!
piece of shit.
Well, okay. Listen, I failed every single time I try to do anything engineering or door related for the
Yeah.
past.
Oh
5
no,
minutes.
you're not good at doors.
Max, Yaska rolls
Mhm.
me a body save.
A body save. All
As
right.
she observed
I
once
got
more.
I got a 3. Actually, out of 30, so I'm fine.
Wow. See, you can't get mad at me for having good saves.
I mean, this is the first time I've gotten anything approaching a good save.
Yes, having brought her into the light, you feel secure. And she, surprisingly enough, also feels secure. As she also rolls me a body save.
Oh shit.
Your luck's gotta run out one day.
Well, that should be like
Okay.
a 20.
Okay. Look at me. Look at me. I got a 33, which would be really great if I had a 35 body save. I have a 30, so that becomes a crit fail.
Oh.
The dice
Mhm.
god giveth, and the dice god taketh away.
The fun part happens now. Yaska.
Jesus.
Oh, wait, sorry, Estelle. My apologies. Estelle, you gaze on at this artifact, and you don't understand what the fuck you're seeing. This looks like another fetish doll. Some sort of shit brought from Malta, or, one of those Paleolithical dig sites from Earth. Seems like a whole bunch of shit. The Consortium separated ways with Earth because they were just full of this bullshit about the past. Or at least your ilk, saw fit to look towards the future. And that's why the Consortium formed. But you're looking at this thing now, and you're seeing the past and the future, and a fake future at that, a non-human future. Something that happened a long time ago, so why even consider it future? None of this shit makes sense to you, and you don't actually concern yourself with the psychological implications of that. You're just like, huh, that's some fucked shit. As you look away, and you look at these crazed men and women, and, the men don't look like men all that much anymore. And the women don't look like humans all that much anymore. Seem to be kind of physically be shifted towards a more spherical, more non-geometrical formation of their faces. It looks like everybody's slowly shifting towards what you've seen in the engineering room, and the whatever that other room was, the lab maybe, I forgot. And they all sort of seem like their features are blending together, and you're above that. You're beyond that. You don't fucking integrate with that bullshit. You see what you see, and you know it to be heretical, or blasphemous, or alien.
Well, I got a laser cutter and I got a target.
So, how much of your body is covered in suit?
I'd say, I mean, like, I haven't taken anything off yet, but I do have that sort of plastic glass face covering that lets me see out of most of the front.
You feel comforted by this. The fact that you've not been exposed to the same air that they are inhalating means that you are more safe than they are, as you feel more one with the suit that you're wearing than you were previously. The suit is your exoskeleton. It is your external force, your presence in the world, and none of these fuckers can take that away from you. Not at all. It is tight to your skin and connected to your skin due to the, of course, electrodes and such. But
The suit stays on during alien battle.
very much so. The suit feels more one with you than you ever have felt before. And you're not sure because you can't look in the mirror, but although the suit is a little bit shinier and blacker on the outside than it was before, too. But you know, these things happen over time.
Nice, nice. Alright, well. Can I shoot it?
So, you've just been drugged into this room by Yaska, who, in fairness, seemed to have your best interests at heart. Yaska, how would you explain yourself? And, Estelle, what are you doing now that you've realized that not only are you seeing some weird bullshit, but, Yaska brought you here.
I'm gonna try and struggle free, my arm reaching down to grab the laser cutter at my side and you know, say, like, you know, what the fuck is your what is going on? What is your problem? Jesus Christ! And I'm, you know, stomping on his foot and trying to wriggle free.
I was gonna be like, just try to get him social.
Socialize with this asshole, and I'm, you know, stomping again.
Okay, roll me a combat at disadvantage.
Disadvantage? Oh boy. Alright. Boom. 16 and a 00 crit pass. Well, I guess I get to keep the 16 at least.
Yeah, no, Yaska, take a damage. You brought this person clearly somewhere that they don't want to be. Although, you do start to see the signs of the wiring and the presence of God amongst her garb. But, you don't necessarily feel compelled to say anything. You, on the other hand, feel as though you've just been slighted. She has stepped on your foot and dealt you 1 damage. Actually, I would let Estelle roll a 1d4 for me.
1d4. Alright, get ready to just be completely blown away by my incredible foot stomping skills.
I'm about to be stomped, as it were.
Your body saves aren't shit compared to me rolling a 1 on a 1d4.
Yeah, wow. Damn. Yeah, you take 1 damage.
Oh no!
As Estelle kind of asserts herself. You see that she's covered in the black lacquer of your goddess, and you see the wiring begin to work around her. But you do not see her interested in parleying with those who have observed the goddess firsthand. Which is, of course, something you must respect, due to the fact that the goddess is caring, kind, and forgiving.
I'm like, yeah, sorry. I stepped back out of stomping range, and I'm like, I pushed a boundary there. That's my bad.
Alright, well, go talk with your people. I'm gonna stand out here, and if you touch me again, I'm gonna blow your freaking foot off. And she taps her. She taps.
I'd be like,
her
well, I
blade
respect the intention there, and I will respect you. You couldn't fucking hit my foot if you tried. Let's be honest. I've seen you try to shoot stuff.
Okay, maybe so.
I'm just saying, like, maybe the crowbar. Throw me with the crowbar. You probably have better odds.
You won't like what I do hit when I miss your foot.
It would be like the next room over. You missed a door.
Okay.
Whatever.
All right. Well,
This is not
you owe me a drink.
this is not the tone I'm trying to take with this discussion. I wronged you, and I recognize that.
You owe me a drink, and I don't owe you a minute of listening to whatever sorry story you come up with.
Yeah, that's my bad.
All right, I'm gonna sit out here, and you're gonna take care of that, and we're all gonna go home and have a nice, lovely afternoon.
Do we have afternoons in space?
We have 6 p.m.s. It's always 6 p.m. somewhere.
All right. So yeah, I talked to the crew, and I'm like, so yeah, we think the dude's in that storage area, but the door's kind of jammed. Do you know the code?
Of course we know the code. Are you... Have you ensured that there's nobody who would listen to their fabrications of events? Should we give you the code?
I'm assuming we're like, I mean, she's right there. I'm assuming we're talking at a tone which she cannot hear.
Yeah, I'm
Also in a
standing out
spacesuit,
and
so that's
grumbling.
probably not helping. I'd be like, yeah, I mean, the looking at the idol didn't go as well as I hoped. But, I think we made some inways.
Interesting. We will give you the code. But please, ensure on your side of things that the party that has not yet been initiated is not let to speak with Alistair without further garnishment. And
Can you repeat that last bit you cut out for me?
Do not permit that which has not yet been initiated to speak with Alistair without further garnishing. That one catch?
Yeah, I got that.
Okay. They extend their hand. Not just Sokolava, but Sokolava, Kurosawa, and Ranul in tandem extend, all three of them, their hands bearing the item, the artifact, that which has already influenced you and could easily influence another if she were only to see it. The icon, the idol. They're gifting it to you.
Oh, hello. Okay,
You know it's not the god. But it is.
But it's I'm very honored.
No.
I'm humbled. Yeah, I'll stick it in the pocket.
They permit you to do so. You now have possession of the idol. Roll me a body save as you touch it.
That's a 50 against a 30.
Where you touch the idol, your hands quiver, your fingers shift and shake, your responses to events begin to dull as your mind goes blank for a second and then it reasserts itself but in another fashion, in another form. Your synapses aren't quite connecting to the same nerve endings they were once before, and your body feels foreign to you, and yet very, very intimately connected to you, to everyone around you. You feel Sokolov's synapses as well. You feel Kurosawa's synapses. You feel everyone in this room's synapses as if they were part of your own mind, having touched this thing and brought it into your possession. Your fingertips are black, as if you've just touched something exceedingly hot. It having burned your fingertips. But yet you feel no pain.
Wild.
It's as easily in your pocket.
Alright, so yeah, I'll pocket it. And I'll pop out from the place. I'm gonna be like, alright, I got the passcode.
Alright, well, let's go take care of this. It's getting a little warm in here, don't you think?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's a little bit warm.
I would say there was one minor complication.
Oh?
Yeah, so, the passcode they gave me isn't gonna open the door unless we reset the door first. And we can do that in the main engineering bay.
Okay. I'm not gonna shoot it, I promise.
I mean, I'm not super worried about your shooting. But yeah, we're just gonna have to go in there. There's a couple switches in the back that have to be flipped.
In the main maintenance one?
Yeah.
Number
All
3 on this board.
Okie dokes.
Move yourselves
Are
as
you
you will.
coming
The
here?
door is open at your request, though hesitantly, and in response to the presence of Yaska, they go, "You're back again?" You clearly...
I can't leave you alone for too long, girl.
Please press my buttons again. I crave your touch.
I think I might just try the laser cutter again. I know the door is already open.
That's only for
No.
Yaska. You don't hear that.
Oh, okay. It's not over comms. Okay.
Only for Yaska.
I mean, I'm gonna, do as I walk by, do a little diddle on the keypad.
You're free to enter. Thank you. The door opens before you. The hallway is dark and blank and empty of things, and beyond that, the door opens to the engine room, the main engineering center, the hub, the epicenter of the dark wiring gyrating around this central black crystal, this effigy of wrongness, this central circle of unthingness. It responds to light, yes, but only when shined upon. It is not
Here's
of
a
this
question.
dimension. Yeah.
I'm assuming somewhere in this mess there's a big thick bundle of cables.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch, yeah.
Alright. I want to go up to one of them and say, I think it's under here.
Yep, very
Let me
valid.
try to get it. And what I'm gonna do is it's gonna be a sneaky maneuver. I'm gonna get the idol, try to palm it, and put it into the bundle of cables where I pointed.
Okay. That's going to be a do you have mechanical repair, right? Mechanical repair at advantage with speed being
Speed
keyed in.
mechanical repair. Okay. Well, it's a good thing it's an advantage because this failure was a 91. The success is a 27 out of 58.
Damn.
So what's your final score?
27 out of 58.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So, Estelle, you hear Yaska say, the panel's under here. And you see Yaska, who, by the way, looks a lot lither and, well, I mean, her figure has always been nothing to call home about, but you know what? It's kind of nicer, kind of more unfitting with the feminine physique. A bit more of an hourglass figure. If you've not been paying attention, you wouldn't have noticed it. But she's not looking half bad, or they're not. He's not. It doesn't matter. Either way, what does matter is Yaska pointed out exactly where you should look.
All right.
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of rummage around there, like, I'm having a little trouble with it. See if you can get it.
All right. Well, she gets her laser pistol out, and then thinks about it and goes, okay, you know what? I think I'm good this time. And she's gonna set it back on her hip and loop her crowbar around her wrist and crook of her elbow and drag it down through the pipes. If they start moving, you start whacking, okay?
All right, I hoist my crowbar. I'm like, I got fucking eye on these cables for you. Don't worry. Just reach down in there, and then there's a switch at the bottom. I couldn't
All right.
quite get to it with my arm.
No funny business. And she's gonna go stick her head down there.
Roll me a speed-based mechanical repair.
Hell yes. That's the thing I'm good at.
Doesn't matter whether you're good at it or not. Just throwing it out there.
69.
Nice.
Nice! Wait, I did not mention this, but since this is a Horner episode, 69 actually does mean something. Is that a success or a failure?
Well, I have a speed of 34, a heavy mechanical repair of 10%, and tools, so that's it puts me up to 54, and that's a failure. Unless it's advantage, but
No.
you didn't say so.
No. That's a beyond critical failure.
Oh boy. That means I do it really good. That means I succeed really well at whatever interesting thing was gonna happen, huh?
Yes, exactly. You succeed very well at the interesting thing that was going to happen, and I won't even make you roll a sanity or a body save. I'm going to,
Oh,
in fact,
boy.
consider you as having failed one of each.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. As you grasp in your hands the effigy that you knew was there all along. You knew this would be there. You knew this is what your hand would grasp. You knew that your fingers would wrap around this figure, this physique, this thing that you don't understand yet. This thing that is filled with sigils that mean things to those who have spent the time to understand it. And you know that you haven't. You know that you are wanting. You know that you feel as though there's more to this object that you could understand than you have let yourself. This is something. This is representing not just a concept, not just insane scientists, but this is something. This is... It's pretentious to say God, yes. This is better than that. This is more than a God. This is a verifiable scientific proof of the existence of something sentient, something conscious that has seeded countless stars with intelligent life. It's not just a god. The concept of God is meaningless to an engineer. This is proof of engineering on a cosmic scale. You feel this thing in your hand as you pull it out from those black wires, not expecting to have grasped it, but when you stuck your hands deep inside these dark forms, you brought this out, whether intending to or not, and it is laid bare before your very eyes. And you see the sigils, you see the signs, you see the smooth, lacquer-like appearance cut into by the strange sigils that you don't understand, but you feel as though a linguist like Alistair might. And you feel empowered, having held it, having touched it, having made these logical jumps to embrace it. You feel stronger.
Well, I'm gonna stick it in. One of my back suit's built-in pouches, and figure, probably a good conversation starter. There's some weird shit. Might be able to sell it. Might be able to do some schematics on it. But I try and put it out of my mind, and I try and get this damn job done because whatever's going on here, I just need to keep my head down and get out of here.
Yes. Whatever's going on here is clearly more important than the thing that you have now on your back, like the thing that you can't stop thinking about, the thing that you want to touch and feel and look at, even more than you did when you once held it in your hands. It was before your eyes, and now it's gone, and you can't think about it any further. You have to just trust that it's there, and the trust is grating, but it is necessary. It is necessary because you are not yet a god, nor even close. And it is necessary to trust that she is there, because what would you do otherwise? But the mechanical repair, I suppose you should roll me another one.
See if I can make out like a bandit this time. Alright, there's a 12. That's a pass.
You managed to fix
Extraction
that.
completed.
And Yaska, you know that she fixed it with flying colors because she now understands that she's not alone. She is in the presence of a sanity roll! Yes! Estelle, please. Make me a sanity roll.
Oh?
Yeah, bitch.
Alright.
Bet you thought I wouldn't.
Got a 10. Passed again.
She's in the presence of God, and yet she does not know it. She does not know her. She does not realize what she has in her back pocket. And you need to show her. Yaska, you will not rest until you have shown her what she has and made sure that Alistair sees it as well. And you know, Yaska, that Alistair lies behind these walls. The walls that she just opened. The walls that she let be open. But if you were to ensure that both she and Alistair are brought into the fold, how glorious would that be? How magnificent would her benevolence be with regards to your mortal coil? Perhaps she would bring you into the fold even further. Perhaps she would make you part of her permanently. Perhaps you could be a god, or part of her, at least. If you just play your cards right and ensure that those around you are brought into her deck.
Alright. I have a plan. It's probably not a very good plan, but I've had a lot of stupid plans so far this session.
Your plans have been magnificent, you feel yourself thinking. Your plans are wonderful. You should try them even further. You should plan into infinity and beyond, because that is what you are expecting as a result of your success. More than you could even rationalize. More than a teamster can dream of. This company is nothing before the power of a god. And you know that to be true. And you're just one sanity failure away from accepting that as your calling in life. But you know what? You feel great and empowered.
Alright, sounds like it's time to go talk to Alistair.
Might well be. The door opens. Estelle.
I'm on my way. I'm just getting out of the pipes.
With
Taking me a
assistance,
minute.
of course, from Yaska.
Oh, of course.
I mean, you know, the pipes are grating and hard to contend with. It helps to have a hand or tendril in place.
All right. Well, I think the door is open. You wanna give a knock on it? I keep breaking shit.
Yeah, I'll do a knock knock.
You step into engineering, and it seems fine. You know, the black wires seem to be serving their purpose. The artifact they brought down from the service seems to be doing its job. You know, in its arcing spirals, it seems to be performing more than adequately. It seems to be doing exceedingly well. All the wires seem to be coalescing around this spiraling structure, this internally gyrating object that seems to be crafted of tan stone and black metal. It seems to be perfect in structure and form, and interfering with it would just be ludicrous isn't the right word, but abhorrent, wrong. It's doing God's work, after all.
If I
Alright.
could shoot straight, I might think about it, but clearly I'm incapable.
Yeah, time to go. We need to find this Alistair.
So you move through the
sensor said
engineering
just
room.
beyond, so
Hmm?
the sensor said she was just beyond here, so we should find her pretty easy. I
Yeah.
think.
So when you encounter Alistair, you see a lump of fabric in the corner, surrounded by blue and red and white and yellow wiring, not connecting to anything at all. It seems to be wrapped around the individual before you. This Alistair, this person that you recognize from the footage, but otherwise would not have, seems to be mad. And with sunken eyes, he looks at you and he says, "It's here. It's here. They're going to open the gate. I know it. I know it. They're going to open the gate. They're going to bring it. They're going to bring it here. They're going to... Ah!"
I turned to Estelle and I'm like, they told me that he was crazy, but like, wow.
Well, okay, see, this is what your buddies were like before you went and got all friendly with them, so... give them a
I mean,
minute
they
to
weren't like
relax.
shouting at. I mean, yeah, sure, if you want to, but like, I have my laser.
Yeah, this person is brandishing, to be clear, an elephant gun at the both of you.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
an elephant gun.
Okay, relax, backing up.
I'm like,
backing
whoa,
up.
man, you know, we're the maintenance team. We're here to What's going on?
Sure! You're the maintenance team, just like they were the science team that went down to the crowd. And they saw her. That's what they say, right? They saw her? Yeah? I bet they showed you a rock. But they showed you a shiny black penny. And they said that it's a fucking god.
Well, they said most of that, but they didn't show us anything, and I very much like to leave.
Yeah? Yeah, and what? Leave through here and do what? What are you gonna do when you get to the outside world? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna show them your black penny? Are you gonna show them what they found in this world?
I was thinking I was gonna report most of this to corporate and drink.
Drink.
Corpus in on it! Isn't she? Isn't it? Doesn't it know what you and I have done here? Doesn't it know everything? Doesn't corporate know what's going on here? Doesn't corporate know? Doesn't corporate see what's happened here? Doesn't corporate have eyes on the ground and eyes in the sky?
All right, buddy. You're the linguist, right? Use your language. Use your words.
Yeah!
First off,
Yay! Ika sabra! Linguistics snacker!
Okay, different words. Change the channel. Let's go
Uh-huh.
AM to FM. Come on.
All right.
You wanna speak
Yeah,
a fucking alien's language?
Can you?
Then show me some alien text!
All right. I think it's. How about this? You sit down the gun and you can tell us whatever you want.
You bet your ass I'll step down this gun as soon as the two of you back out of this room and close the door. Let's see cooperation work two ways.
No, that's one way because we were outside before we met you.
Yeah, well, outside you'll be again when you unmeet me.
Okay.
When you leave.
Okay.
Leave.
I'll do this. I'll slide you my cutting laser, and then you can do untold damage to this entire ship. You can zap whoever you like, and it'll be great. How about that? I'll put it on the ground and I'll slide it over to you as a sign of trust.
You're welcome to do that, but just
So
the
I have a
language.
question. You said you put the idol in your back pocket, right?
Yes.
What's the
Well-
sort of back pocket where it's like, back pocket on some jeans?
I was thinking it's more of like a Batman pouch on like just the vac suit, sort of made out of canvas and shit.
All right, fair enough. But if one was, for example, bending over to drop a laser cutter, could a dexterous and deft individual relieve someone of something in their back pocket?
I'd ask the GM that, but I don't see.
That sounds rational to me. Yeah.
Well, I would like to do that. For the
All right. Are you good at mobility?
Hitting him on the head with a crowbar, but go for it.
What?
Are you good at
and
mobility?
Speed?
Yeah, I mean, sorry, speed. Yeah.
Speed.
All right. I got a 48 out of 48, so I passed on the money.
God damn, nice.
The idol is back in your hands, and it is singeing them. Roll me a body save. As you come
Alright.
back in contact with your
I,
fucking god.
68 out of 30.
I
Yeah.
think that's a failure. Almost
Slightly.
59.
Not quite.
Your blackened fingers, you notice that they shift and shake and shimmer under your eyes, and where once you had 5 fingers, you see 4 ashen claws grasping at a structure that you understand to be the form of the queen, the goddess, the everything that you worship and understand and know and trust and believe in and feel as if you are part of. She is part of you, just as your pinky and your ring finger are part of each other now. And your 4 fingers claw-like at the tip begin to form around the structure. And you think to yourself, I should look at it. I should observe it. I should think of it only and only look at it. But then you siphon that thought away. You think to yourself, yes, that is what I shall do when I am not in close quarters combat as I am. And you feel as though you
I
have
would like to wield
advantage of whatever the fuck you're about
yes,
to do.
'cause I would like to wield the idol as a holy sword, so to speak. Except much more metaphorically, because I imagine it's not very good for slashing or stabbing.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of a rock.
Kind
I
of.
mean, it's literally
I
just.
guess that
It's literally just. It's literally just this
Yeah.
backhand.
I would like to
hand size.
brandish it in such a way that, like, everyone has to look at it.
Everybody.
Well, you're behind me, so I think at the very least I wouldn't be noticing it at first.
Estelle,
That's
roll
fine.
me a sanity.
You can notice it first.
Me? I'm not even looking at it. Yasuka's behind me. I'm looking at the guy. He's looking at the idol. Idol's looking at the all of us.
Idol is the all of us, right?
No. I rolled a 52.
Out of.
Well, 30, because it's sanity. It's not very good.
What Yaska's doing is just and right and exactly what she should be doing. She's bringing this infidel into the light. She is exposing this sorry excuse for a human being to a power greater than itself. In fact, you feel it flowing through you. You feel the black wiring around you in the walls. As they speak to you, they sing to you, they speak notes into your ears, holy symbols, holy sigils, holy music that you can't help but rock and writhe to. And the sigil presents itself. You're not sure if it's in Yaska's hands or your own. It doesn't actually matter. Because at the moment, you two are one and the same. You're both here representing her force, her presence. And both of you shall roll me at advantage in intelligence plus whatever your best stat is.
Intellect speed.
No, sorry. Intellect plus whatever your best skill is, sorry.
Okay.
Skill. Okay, then I fail by a lot.
I actually pass.
I got a 70 out of, I think it would be a 38, a 37.
What were you
32
rolling, Estelle?
out of 33.
What were you rolling?
Oh, I was rolling intellect. Oh no, my best stat? Oh no, my best stat is speed.
Your best
That'd be-
skill, sorry.
Oh, my best skill, I'd say scavenging.
Okay. You bring your intellect to bear as you look around the room, and you find that this room is ungarnished by the black wiring that you saw in the other engineering room. The engineering room that seemed to be operating at peak efficiency. The room that seemed to be full of life and supporting the places around it. The room that seemed to be full of black wires and nothing to be demanded of it. As you place your hands in various places, you prop your crowbar in others, and you perhaps rewire things that otherwise were not in the proper position. And you find yourself grasping those black wires, and you can't help but think that those wires would fit so very nicely in the portholes behind your ears. Or, well, like, you know, they would if you had portholes behind your ears. Maybe like a central hole? If you were to get that far down the line, it would be more efficient if you had one of those central locations from which one could just input itself and feel your emotions and respond to them in perfect time. But unfortunately, you have to deal with whatever you have on hand, which is the black wires. And you fix the engineering room perfectly. More so than it ever was. And before you cowers, Alistair, completely unresponsive and not understanding the plight that you currently present, the current situation that you offer, Alistair. This figure does not respond to you as you would expect of a normal person. An aberrant figure you expect this person to be. Or something that doesn't quite mesh with your current calibration. Either way, this figure is apart from yourself. Estelle.
Interesting. Well, at the very least, I'd like to get that gun out of his hands and restrain him.
Valid. Roll me a combat with mobility, please. At advantage.
Well, I rolled a. I rolled pretty bad. I rolled a 96 and a 59, and I don't think that would do it. So even with some assistance in the back of my mind, I'm just not a combative person.
Okay. So Alistair looks up at you and says, You're one of them. You're one of it. You're part of the thing that we brought from the planet. Fuck!
While he's realizing this, I lunge with the idol. Idol attack!
Oh, shit! Roll me a combat.
Power of God repels you.
What is your best stat again?
My best stat would be speed.
Roll at advantage with speed plus what's your best skill? What's your 3 best skills?
My 3 best skills are jury rigging, asteroid mining, and then my other 3 tie. At there's
jury rigging. Roll me a jury rigging plus speed with advantage.
All right. Well, the first one was a failure, but the second one was a pass at a 14 out of, that's like, I don't know, 63.
Well, you got to pass. You brandish the item, stating the power of the icon compels you, or something to that effect. And believe it or not, the motherfucker in the engineering outfit actually complies and concedes and considers what you are about to say. Before hastily retreating to the room next door, which I have circled as 4. And I don't know how to fucking... Yeah, okay, this person's on the GM overlay. Oh, fucking Christ. Where is this person? Where are they? Where? Fucking Christ. Okay, yeah. So yeah, this person runs from that room to another room. As the wires seem to grow around them, seem to coalesce and form around the two of you, actually. Believe it or not, the wires seem to be on your side. Both of you. This place responds to your stimuli. It's part of you, and you are part of it.
All right. Well, let's Let's use these mind wires and get them nice and wrapped up. Oh no, he left, didn't he?
He moved
What?
to the other room
Did
down
Alistair run
south.
away?
Yeah. But you know that if you bring the wires with you, you will have advantage upon anything that you do that furthers the agenda of the god.
Well, I just want this. I just want this fella taken care of. So I'm gonna put aside my worries and differences with whatever's going on, and just tug a few wires along with me and say, Yasuka, cover me, okay?
Yaska, you have advantage on whatever covering this bitch means.
I have a blanket.
Yeah, I don't need to know the details. So you move forward,
Alright.
Estelle, and you see cowering in the corner this stupid fucking ignorant non-believer
With a gun.
with a gun pressed to engage and stymie your research, your work here, your holy work on behalf of the consortium, and better than the consortium, on behalf of herself, the being that, well, the being.
Well, yeah. Let's get him wired up. Tied to the
Alright.
wall. Tied to the ground.
Yeah,
Down.
give me a combat at advantage with mobility. Wait, no, sorry, combat is its own stat. Maybe, what do you have? You have repair,
Athletics.
athletics, that
Combat with
works.
Athletics.
Yeah, athletics, combat, and advantage.
All right. Well, I got a 42. My combat's 23 and athletics is 10, so I passed with 1.
Nice.
Yeah, okay, so, Alistair is hung up by wires to the wall of this room, and the two of you walk in, having observed the fate befalling this entity. You, Estelle, roll at advantage, which is to say, disadvantage, a sanity save. Meanwhile,
Well, I got. Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, Yaska, you enter and you see your holy work having been done for you. You also roll me a disadvantage sanity save.
All right. The important one is a failure with an 82 out of 30.
Which is, of course, a good thing to you.
Oh, of course.
How is Estelle feeling?
Well, I rolled a 13, so if I'm rolling with low advantage, that would be good. But my other number was a 99, which I feel like was bad.
That's great. No, Estelle, you're worried too much. A 99. That means great things. That means, as you stand there in the engineering room, the wires that you plugged in to the foolish Alistair ransom have wrapped around you now. They, of course, are still plugged into Alistair, but Alistair was always intended to just be a power source. You, however, are your own entity. You are more and less and different from what Alistair is becoming. You. Do you currently in your possession hold the idol?
No, I believe Yasuka has it.
I have the idol.
Okay. The idol seems to be shining. It seems to be glowing a beautiful purple light and pointing at Estelle. Yaska, what do you do?
I'll move towards her.
Estelle, what do you do?
Once I've got him wrapped up, I'm gonna turn around and go, "Whoa, okay, that's new." Do we know why that's happening? I think we know new things, but
The walls
that
seem to
seems-
be responding to your sentiment. They seem to be wrapping around you and gyrating, spiraling in and out of your interest range. The wires of the walls, the black sigils and symbols, they seem to be responding to your statement.
Can I borrow that? Just for a moment.
I'll let you hold it.
All right. She's going to pick it up and hold it in her suited hands and see why it's glowing and stare intently at it and try and make sense of
Roll
it.
me a sanity save. And
That's
failing that.
That is a 98.
So close to a beautiful crit fail. Roll me a body save, please.
That would be a 54, which is another fail.
The item that you hold in your hand is insignificant. When you feel its weight on your touch sensors, on the ends of your fingers, you feel the weight of an object, not of a god. And you can't help but look at Yaska as if she truly never understood what was underway here. As your visor occludes your vision, as your touch melds with the suit that you've been wearing this whole time, you feel its rubbery embrace as you feel your own skin begin to meld with it. But it's not an uncomfortable sensation, it is blissful. As your sensation meets this alien sensation, it is embraced, it is loved, it is held and cherished by the sensations of the thing that you've come to realize is also yourself. The object in your hand is implacable. You don't feel it or see it anymore. It is no longer part of you. It is just your hands. Yaska, you feel a weight in your pocket. As Estelle begins to feel herself embracing this form. And Yaska, you witness Estelle truly embracing the form that she always was due, the form that she belonged to, the form that existed because of her and as a result of her intent, her desire. You see her billow and buckle underneath the strains of the mortal coil which she has escaped. You see her divinity rising as you yourself observe the formation of a portal to the goddess's realm. You feel yourself, your fingers itching to grasp the edges of the portal that is to form, the portal formed by conscientious and consenting minds. The portal that she, in her lacquer-like and the black substance, is certain to enable.
So I felt a weight in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I want to reach in, see what it is.
You feel an icon within your grasp. A smooth, slick icon, much like that which stands before you, as your compatriot begins to feel her spacesuit tighten and constrict upon her, change and modify itself in the wake of true divinity. Did you seem to have passed a number of sanity checks but failed only 4. Is that correct? Max?
I think I passed. I don't think I passed any.
Are you
You
five?
might not have had as many.
I think I failed 3 when we first started talking about
Yeah.
stress, and I think I failed at least 2 since then.
Then, Yaska, before you stands the divinity. Half of its gate is present before you. All you need to do now is usher it to where it belongs, to meet up with the other half of the gate and open the portal to her realm.
All right. I of course know where that is, and take the gate there.
It was in the life support chamber, right?
The gate knows so much. Yes, the gate is correct. It was in the
I
life support.
suppose
All right.
the gate and Yasuka are going to room 8 on the first floor, right? Is there a second?
I guess it's technically the second floor, but the gate doesn't really understand numbers in the way that a person might.
No need to worry about
Exactly.
We're beyond
Exactly. The gate is above that. By the way, the non-gate, Yaska, you are looking magnificent as you're beginning to form more goddess-like features. Your presence seemed to sway and sift as your features seem to coalesce and form more simple, more symmetrical physiques, smooth and untarnished by the human gaze. You and the gate both feel this emboldening, this power building within the two of you, within all of you. You both feel as though what is about to transpire is correct, is the right thing to do, as you both move towards the engineering on room 2. Or level 2, sorry.
All right, we enter.
The structure stands before you. And Yaska, you're not sure exactly what the difference between the structure before you and the structure you have brought here with you exactly is. They seem, to your identity, your mind, they seem quite identical.
Well, I guess I put them next to each other.
Estelle, you feel yourself brought here. You see your very own doppelganger, a figure identical to you in many ways, and yet different. But, oh so similar, as her physique seems to meld with yours, your touch seeming to melt into her form. And when you retrieve it, you see the long, dripping, slime-like semblance of a coated figurine peeling itself away from your fingertips. What do you do?
Well, the gate.
The gate does press in the back of your mind. You are here to open the gate. That's what you were brought here for.
I think the gate is going to take its place by its counterpart and stand really close to it and let whatever happens happen.
I did not ink this, but rest assured, I did plan.
Oh,
Look at that.
you should definitely put that up on the old Twitter.
Well, I'm gonna ink it first.
Okay. Looking forward to that.
You bring your arms into a wet and malleable embrace with the form before you, and the engine, the impetus, the concept that is divinity seems to embrace you, and the fellow participant in the formation of a gate welcomes your arms and wraps theirs around yours, and the two of you become one as you both fuse at certain parts and feel separate at others. And between you, between the two minds and bodies that form now as one sentient circle, you find an aperture, an opening, a circular, spherical form that represents not just the two of you, nor the massive people of minds in this room, but really, truly, something sacred, something different, something more than the material. And gazing upon this, Yaska, roll me another sanity save. I'm not going to make Estelle roll another sanity save because Estelle is not here right now. Estelle has
I'm
left
46
building.
out of 30.
Yaska, you feel smooth. You feel as if the substance of the other world has embraced you. And you feel this cold black metal touching your skin, and before you can even comprehend what has happened, the black metal is your skin. There are certain parts of it that are not coated in black metal, and yet you feel they are only left spared from this transfiguration because that which is on the other side needs figures such as yourself. It needs partially changed people to spread the word, to spread its gospel. Do you feel its sentience in the back of your mind? I'm afraid that Estelle is farther gone than you. Estelle doesn't even feel the presence in the back of her mind. She doesn't have one anymore. Her mind entered that of her fellow host the moment she shared fingertips with it. Estelle is no longer part of the group, but the goddess is, and the goddess is part Estelle. So in the back of your mind, Yaska, you hear encouragement from none other than Estelle. In her voice and in her sound, everything that she was is now part of you. Yaska, what do you hear? Estelle, what do you say?
I missed the last thing. I hate to break the tension, but you broke up at the very end there.
Yaska, you're hearing
You're getting a
Estelle.
message from Estelle.
Estelle, what
I
are you
say-
saying?
Hello. I'm ready to serve.
I can't wait to see you join us on the other side.
Perhaps one day I will be worthy.
Perhaps. I think that's an excellent time to end the session. Do we agree?
Oh yeah. I think that was pretty fun. I don't think we won, but
I mean, I think that depends on your definition of we and winning. I would
that
say
is
we won.
true. That is true.
We
I
are
think
on the winning
we may
team.
have changed.
I think you're on the winning team as well. I fully intended for you to win this session, and you did, in my perspective.
From a certain point of view.
From a certain point of view, yes. So,
Perfect.
yes, I hope you had fun. We
Thank you for
normally...
running.
Sorry?
I was just saying thank you for thanks for running tonight.
Aw, thank you. Thank you for being here. All of the two of you. You're just marvelous people to be around, and marvelous people to know, and marvelous people to play with. So I respect and appreciate the two of you being here. So, I'm gonna go ahead and do the thing, which is to say, I will hit the end stream button, and we shall discuss matters at further length off stream. Ha 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 ha.
Thanks for
Thanks
coming
everyone for
along.
coming.
Thank you all for coming out. See you on the flip side. Join Diesel Shots Discord if you haven't. If Lee's not here in the channel to make that happen, then I don't know or care. Honestly, we only have 9 viewers, so if you're not fully
I'll grab a
integrated,
post. I'll grab an invitation.
if you're not fully integrated with the Diesel Shot mechanism at hand here, let me know, because I will absolutely integrate you into the Borg. Please be assured, I want to make you part of me. And I want to feel your presence inside of my veins. I want to feel you pulsating within my body. I want to
Leah's
hear-
saying, Pat, stop, we can raid.
I want to hear your beating
Gotta link
heart
that, we're good.
as part of my own. I want the pulsations. I want to feel them. Or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll hit it in the stream. Who knows?
No, wait, he wants you to raid.
Oh, shit. Should I raid? Lee, how do I raid?
Raid on
Yes, he says you
MLP,
should
I
raid
think.
someone.
Am I raiding MLP?
MLC.
Okay. That is a total different thing than MLP. I believe last time I tried to raid, it did not work.
I think Lee, I think he said he's doing something to make the raid happen. I don't know. I already hit
Okay,
raid
well,
also,
you know
so-
what? It's all kind of up to Lee at this point, because I'm happy to end right now. Rest assured, those of you in the audience, I would happily end at this juncture, having not exposed you further to my corruptive influence, nor to the corruptive influence of the little black ball before you. But if you would like to stick around further, I can't restrain those forms and figures and concepts from initiating contact with your minds. If you stay further, I really can't.
Oh, well, stream's gone. Raid happened. You can hit end stream now, by the way.
Marvelous.